Hello, people. Let me know if you can hear me. Put anything up, maybe a thumbs up, anything in the chat. Let me know that you're in here. Let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. It'd be good to hear from all of you. I'm looking forward to this game, to be honest. I'm absolutely buzzing for this one today. It's going to be a great game between Liverpool and Crystal Palace. Currently, I can't decide what my prediction will be, but you guys let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, because it always does help if you can, because I never know if people can hear me. I never know if people can't. Who knows? Does anyone know? I don't know. But as I said, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to put mine in the chat because people keep telling me I need to put it in the chat. So I'm going to go for Liverpool. I'm putting it in now. Liverpool 1-0. Palace. There we go. I'm putting it in the chat now. There we go. It's in the chat. There we go. You heard it right here. There we go. That's my prediction. I've put it in right there. You've got to let me know. Yes, Elliot, how you doing, my friend? Let me know the score prediction for the game today. I'm absolutely buzzing for this one, Elliot. Let me know if you are. Let me know your prediction as well, Elliot. It'd be good to hear from you. And Elliot, if you can already, please send this to every single person you know. Oh, yeah, I think it's going to be 1-0. I think it's going to be a tight game. I'm only saying it, to be honest, Elliot. I realistically think it's going to be 4-0. But last time I said there was going to be goals in the game. There was no goals in the game. So this time I'm going to be a bit more sensible, a little bit more relaxed with it. And I'm going to go for a smaller score. Because I think, do you know what? I've got to this time after last time. Because I keep getting too excited, to be honest. What do you think the score will be? Let me know, Elliot, in the chat. You're saying 4-0. Elliot, I love the optimism. Everyone else who is in here, let us know in the comment section below. Your score prediction, let me know. And Balam says, hello, Sam. We can hear you and see you. Have you heard of Ellis of Away Days? Yes, Ellis is where I got my idea from, to be honest. If you've watched, most people who come onto my YouTube know me for my TikToks, my ground reviews, and that was inspired by Ellis, his Away Days. And again, I've always had an obsession with football shirts, hence why I've got a lot of the things I have done. So yeah, I really like him. I really like his content. So yes, I have heard of him. Is it why were you asking? What are you going to say? What do you think? 50-0, is that your prediction? 3-1, I'm presuming that's to Liverpool. I've gone for 1-0. Sorry to say, 1-0 Palace. That is a bold prediction. Bold prediction, as in you're saying that you think Palace will win this 1-0. Is that what you're saying? If you are, fair play to you. That's a big score, that is. I like the sound of that, though. I really do. Let me change one thing on my camera. There we go. Sorry, just adjusting. But no, 1-0 will be a huge score, to be honest. From understanding, Ellis is going to Walsh and Hersham FA Cup home match this weekend, where you go there and meet him and perhaps me. Hoping it was good to ask this before the match starts on Saturday. This Saturday. I thought he went last week. Is he going again? What is your Walton Hersham? Ballum, I don't know if you've noticed. Have you ever watched my TikToks, Ballum? I don't know if you have. You may have or may have not. But Walton Hersham invited me through TikTok. That's where I came across them as a club. Very great club. Really lovely owners. Really good club. And we're nearly underway. I'm going to have a quick look now. Yes, my role prediction, how Liverpool play versus Fulham, was a little bit worrying. Well, fair play. That's a bold one. I like it, though. We ask for bold predictions when we're on here. I always say I think it adds something different, doesn't it, when you say stuff like that? When you throw in something like that, I really like that. Everyone subscribe to this man. He's a legend. Appreciate that. Thank you. If you haven't already, please do. No, not TikTok. So, Ballum, my main content, so my main TikTok is called Bucket Has Sam. And that is where, if you've watched my Walton and Hersham video, if you've seen, when I take the mick out of people and I make jokes and things like that, so that comes from TikTok. So TikTok is my main actual platform. I'm trying to bring people from TikTok over to here onto YouTube. So that's what I'm trying to do. So, yeah. But as Elliot said so kindly, everyone subscribe to me. Come on, if you haven't already, please do. You are going, same username, yes, Ballum. Ballum says 2-0 to Liverpool. Bold prediction. And I have to admit, by the way, before we get into this, Palace's away shirt is absolutely stunning. I love it. I love that scribble kind of pattern. A lot of people do say, in the comments and things, it's like Hajduk split. Yes, it's the Macron standard look, and they did it last year, but I think it's such a nice kit. And this Palace side, by the way, coming out, Palace are a really exciting club. I really like what they're doing. I think they're really going places. I'm going to have a quick look now at the Liverpool lineup. Is Salah playing? That is the question. Salah's playing. So in my fancy football team, I've got Alisson. I've got Alisson in my team. Trent, I've got in my team, and my captain is Mohamed Salah. He is in my team as well. Josh says, "Hey Sam, hope you're well. I'm going bold and saying 1-0 to Crystal Palace." That is bold, to be fair. That is a very bold prediction. A lot of people have said that now in the comics. And do you know what? We're going to keep it up. We're going to leave it here just for a second so people can come back to this and remember and see if you were right. I've gone for 1-0 Liverpool. So you've got to let me know what you lot think. But I'm going 1-0 to Liverpool. I'm looking at this Liverpool side then now. We're going to go through the we're going to have a look at the teams. Then Liverpool starting 11. So Alisson in goal. You've got in defence Trent, Nat Phillips, Virgil van Dijk, and Andy Robertson. Nat Phillips is a surprise package for me. I think no one really expected Nat Phillips to be playing. Let's be honest, did they? What do I think about Norwich? Norwich, I think Dean Smith's struggling. The midfield three of Harvey Elliott, Fabinho, and James Milner. And then I think that's a strong midfield. I know it's obviously not the usual starting 11, but that attack, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, and Mohamed Salah is absolutely class, isn't it? That front three is dangerous. I don't think it's the best front three in the league, but I'd pretty much say it's one of the best, let's be honest. I need LFC win for my FPL, though. I have Robbo in my dream team. See, I've got Salah as my captain, so I need Salah to do well. I've got Trent and I've got Alisson, so I need a clean sheet. 1-0, you say Mohamed Salah to score. I'm saying Mohamed Salah to score. That is my prediction. Yes, thoughts I would ask about Wilton Hersham this weekend. Will be an interesting match if they can progress. Yeah, I went to them last season, as you know. The Palace team is very defensive heavy. They've got Eberici Eze playing. They've got Doucouré, Schlupp, Jordan Ayew. It's looking like a 5 at the back system, and then Wilfried Zaha up top on his own, a good player. I need your opinion on Antonio Conte versus Thomas Tuchel. The big scrap, is that what you're asking me about? Who would win in a fight? What kind of question are you asking? I do want to say, though, I don't understand why on earth, it was not a foul on Cucurella. If I'm honest, I think that was a foul. I really don't understand why VAR didn't look back at it, but it's happened now. I see people constantly, so I'm grabbing my drink. I'm still listening. I see people constantly saying in comments, "Oh, it's a bias" and things like that. It's not a bias. It's just a mistake, and it's a poor mistake. Let's be honest. They really should notice those kind of things. But anyway, one second. Let me just quickly have a sip of my drink before we get underway. But I'm really excited for this game today. Everyone stay dehydrated as well. Let's be honest. Everyone stay hydrated. Sorry, because it is so hot at the moment. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. In a fight, I think Antonio Conte would win. I think everyone's scared of Antonio Conte, surely. I think we all are. Are we not? I might be wrong. I thought we all were. I might be wrong, though. You lot can tell me. And has everyone put in their score predictions? Because I want everyone to come back to this, because we always do come back. And some people do occasionally get it right. Not me. I haven't got one right. Did Walton Hersham in Surrey let you in for free or no? A lot of clubs invite me down for free, but I don't usually go in for free. I don't like to, so I paid. It's only £3 or £4, I think. It wasn't expensive. It was about a 2.5 hour trip down. It was a really good game, actually. I did really enjoy it. Anyway, Crystal Palace about to get underway, playing from left to right. If you haven't already, guys, please, everyone in this chat, send this to somebody, share this live to somebody else, like it. Subscribe if you can. It would help more than you can imagine. We're trying to get to 2,615 subscribers by the end of this live if we can. It would be amazing if we could, because we are really growing at the moment, and I want to keep this momentum going on forward. That's the plan. But currently, Liverpool have got the ball. Mohamed Salah gets the ball, and it's very interesting to see. As soon as he gets the ball, he was drowned out instantly. Everyone was around him, pressed up against him. He wasn't allowed any space. I think that'll be a recurring theme in this match. I think Mohamed Salah will not get any time, but it's good to see Harvey Elliott playing again, starting a player I really like. And after obviously that horror injury, it's good to see him playing, a young lad. Luis Diaz, I'm excited to see play. He's a player I do like. I've said before, I don't think he's as good as everyone thinks, but I still think he's a great player. But Trent with the ball in. Oh, nearly Núñez. Here we go. James Milner shoots. Oh, over the bar. Geez, nearly 1-0 already. Wow, James Milner should have scored there. So a wicked cross comes in from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Keeper comes out and parries the ball out, punches the ball out straight into James Milner's path. James Milner takes one touch and shoots, but he sends it high and wide, to be honest. It's a really poor shot from him with his left foot. He should do so much better with that. But Pure loyalist. All right, mate. Hope all is good with you. Yes, all is good with me, mate. How are you doing? I've realised I actually said on my subs underneath that I've got 25,000 subscribers. I wish I did. Hopefully one day we'll get there, but I don't have 25,000. I've got 2,601, which is still amazing. I'm still buzzing with, and I've just put it straight back up again. Let me try again. If you haven't already, guys, please do share this live and subscribe, like, do everything you can to help me out. It would honestly help more than you can imagine. I'm trying to see how many we can get in this live. I really would be really grateful if we could try and get to 2,615. So as I always say, like, share, send it on to anybody you know, anyone who you think likes football. Send it to them because they want to see it. Let's be honest, everyone wants to see one of these. So I'm hoping all of you enjoy this live today. I know Thogden's doing a live, so that never usually helps. If Thogden's doing a live, he usually takes all the viewers, but we're not going to moan. We're not going to moan because you can't complain, can you? You can't compete with the big boys. He's probably thinking the same actually about me, isn't he? Let's be honest. But no, Patrick Vieira in the dugout, a guy who I thought would struggle actually in the Premier League after his time at Nice, but he's actually he did a really good job last season, changed the entire style and play of a team, which is not as easy as you think to do something as simple as that. But Gaeta at the moment is down injured. Will he be coming off? I don't know, but they're taping him up at the moment. They're taping his leg up. I don't know what's happened here. But it was about a minute in, a ball from Trent. I don't know if Darwin caught him or what happened, but he's currently getting some work done. I don't know what's happening. He's getting taped, but we'll wait and see. I want to see a highlight now because I can't really decide what actually happened here. Where am I going next Saturday? I'm not entirely sure where I'm going this Saturday. I am definitely going on Friday, potentially to Newton in the Welsh Premier League. So that's the plan potentially for Friday night, but I'm not entirely sure yet exactly. So I'm not going to promise anything, but we'll wait and see. You have to let me know what you guys want me to do, what you guys think I should do. As I always say, I listen to you lot. So it's currently 0-0. 3 minutes in, we've had probably 2 minutes of stoppage after that, and Gaeta goes long from the goal kick, and he seems to kick that absolutely fine. So he seems to be okay again. But yeah, giving the ball away straight away, he's just kicked it straight out of play. Jordan Ayew, a player that I find really odd. He's a good player, but he just never. I don't know. It just never seems to really work out for him. Oh, nice bit of play from Harvey Elliott. Fabinho now driving with the ball out wide to Salah. And Salah cuts in, as you know he's going to do, and chips it towards the back. And Harvey Elliott nearly gets onto it again. Another big chance there. A lot of it's all coming down that right-hand side. Mitchell getting doubled up on there, and they're trying to whip that ball into the far back post or near post to Darwin Núñez. They've done it a couple of times now, and Palace are just really struggling to get the ball out. They've literally hoofed it up a couple of times now, and then they lose it instantly. So they're really struggling to just keep. They just need to keep on the ball, don't they? Need to do something. You're going for a 1-1 draw, says Pure Loyalist. Everyone else, let me know what your predictions are. You're going to watch a decent team on Tuesday. Who are you watching? That is the question. Nat Phillips goes to clear the ball there. Ooh. Jeffrey Schlupp closed him down there. Lucky for Nat Phillips. He was a bit slow on the ball there. He's going to be a player that's going to be really interested to see how he copes in this game because obviously he doesn't play much for Liverpool. It's a bit of an odd choice. And what a ball, from Trent. He's whipped it down that line. Salah now has the ball. Salah faces up, passes it back to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott shoots, takes a deflection. But they've had quite a few shots now. Quite a few shots, probably 3 or 4 now. So we'll have to wait and see if they can't. Surely Palace will just try and get the ball out, do something. Because they can't get out their own half as it stands. And it's not good signs for them, seeing the way that Liverpool are passing it around and creating chances already. And let me quickly grab my drink again. How is everyone doing, though, today, by the way? Be good to hear how everyone's doing. I've been away for a few days. I don't know if you've noticed with the lack of content, but it's going back up again. Don't you worry. The content's going to be coming out thick and fast in all directions. Let's be honest. You know how it is. When we go crazy with the content, it's non-stop. And I'm going to be doing another watch along on Sunday. I'm doing a watch along for the Newcastle Manchester City game on Sunday, and I am buzzing for it. Water on the rocks, Sam. Yeah, you know it. You know it. You know it. You will go to Derby County sooner or later. Yes, I will eventually go to Derby County. That is a plan for this season. It's on the list. I have been before, but not to do a review. I went to watch Derby County versus Luton last year. I went with the Luton fans on the away day. It was really good. One of my best mates is a Luton fan, so it was good to see him. We went on. It was a good game, actually. It was a very good game. I think it was 1-1 maybe 2-2 actually. It was one of the something like that. I remember it was a last minute winner, a last minute draw, sorry. And what a start. Mitchell there has just absolutely destroyed Mohamed Salah, and he's got to stay at that level because I do feel bad for him. Tyreek Mitchell, the youngster, is going to be coming up against Mohamed Salah and Trent down that right hand side. You've got to feel for somebody, haven't you? Like the pairing to come up against is not ideal, is it? Darwin Nunes gets the ball now, receives it up top. Darwin Nunes lifts the ball to the back post. Mohamed Salah, great touch now. He stands up against Tyreek Mitchell on the edge of the box. What is he going to do? Pass it back to Harvey Elliott, and Harvey Elliott gives the ball away. Unlucky there from him. Harvey Elliott has started well, a few neat touches, but you can see he's a little bit rusty. He's struggled a few times now. But one player I think you can tell he's really, really not up to the speed of the rest of the team is Nat Phillips. He was on, I think he was at Bournemouth last year, really good player. He was at Bournemouth last season. Might not make all of Newcastle versus Man City as I'm going to Leeds versus Chelsea, which kicks off at 2. That would be a great game. Don't worry, Josh. Don't worry about it. But it'd be good to see if you can. It'd be good to see. Next year starts small teams in Europe. Next year starts to small teams in Europe. What do you mean? Sorry, Dylan. I really struggle with that. Darwin Nunes. Yeah, I really struggle with Darwin Nunes. I don't know how I struggle with that as a name. It should really be easy. Let's be honest. I don't know what happened there. Apologies to everyone in here. Still, we're 7 minutes in now, and it is currently 0-0. Still the same scores on the door. Liverpool have had a few chances. Milner probably should have scored, and a couple of others. Darwin Nunes had a good chance. Luis Diaz has got on the ball a lot. Fabinho's kind of really been has been dictating the play in the middle. Lay off the straight water. Yeah, apologies, guys. I don't know what just happened. I just can't speak. Trent whips the ball back in. Salah to Harvey Elliott. Drops it back. Harvey Elliott. Go on. Oh, Harvey Elliott nearly scores. Absolutely brilliant from him there. Trent Alexander-Arnold gets the ball now. Whips it in. Oh, Darwin Nunes, back post. Darwin Nunes has got a volley from about 3 yards out. A beautiful cross from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Whip to the back post. And how on earth... Oh, my word. That is absolutely appalling from Darwin Nunes. He's got a volley there from literally 5 yards out. And he's just spooned it up in the air and wide. It's really, really poor from him. Oh, he's absolutely scuffed that. That is dreadful. Watching that back, it gets worse every time. Darwin Nunes with an absolute shocker of a shot there. Absolute shocker. But Palace now trying to pass out from the back. It's always difficult to try and pass out against a team like Liverpool because their press is just relentless. And I feel sorry for Zaha as well. Zaha playing up top. He hasn't been able to keep onto the ball for more than a second yet so far in this game. Another thought I've just realised as well is we've got Nathaniel Klein playing, who obviously a former Liverpool player. So it'd be good. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this game. It's been a good start. 9 minutes in, Liverpool have dominated possession. Dominated everything so far. And I was looking there. Liverpool have scored more goals from corners since August than any other side. So they've got a corner now. Who is standing over it? That is the question. Andy Robertson whips the ball in, doesn't beat the first man. And if you watch these lives before, what annoys me more than anything is when no one can get a corner past the first man. Here we go. Andy Robertson whips the ball in. A really poor cross. It's gone out. Oh, no. Harvey Elliott keeps it in. Harvey Elliott now on the ball. Fabinho whips the ball in and headed out again. Non-stop crossing and pressure now from Liverpool. And they're just closing everybody down every time. There's just no space, is there, for them? I don't know if anyone else is watching the game. Howard's my dog. This is not my dog. I am currently dog sitting. This is not my dog. I don't know how old the dog is. The dog is called Poppy. And I don't know how old the dog is. The dog, you'll probably see the dog just randomly appearing in the back. The dog's just doing laps of the room. Because the dog is I'm presuming a Palace fan, by the way. They've been watching. It's only when Palace get the ball that she wants to come back into shot. So I'm presuming she's a Palace fan. Eberechi Eze's just put it through Trent Alexander-Arnold's legs there like it's absolutely nothing. Zaha now, a bit of a counter attack. The first time they've got players up. There's a man free at the back post there, but Nat Phillips done absolutely brilliantly there. Nat Phillips won the ball back so well there, and they've knocked it up to Darwin Nunes, and it's added something. A dynamic we spoke about before, and we said, would it ever work out? But Darwin Nunes has just won a header from up top. Has it been a good game so far? Yes, Toby. What is your prediction for the score? Liverpool should have scored 3. Darwin Nunes missed one of the biggest sitters you will see in a long time. Really poor shot from him from about 2 yards out on the volley. tries to side foot it, spoons it high and wide. Really poor from him. We expect more from that from Darwin Núñez. Is it £100 million in the end with add-ons? There we go. Again, Zaha can't get round his men. He's getting annoyed, and that's what you don't want with Zaha. You don't want him to be playing on the edge because he most likely will either get himself yellow carded or red carded. But we'll see as the game goes on if he can get more into the game. I'm going to Tranmere versus Newcastle. When is that game? That'll be a cracker. I can imagine the atmosphere will be absolutely rocking for that. Oh, unlucky. Anderson nearly lost the ball then. Closed down by Darwin Núñez and nearly gave the ball away there. Liverpool 3-0 Palace, says Toby. Toby, you're a Liverpool fan, aren't you? I haven't dreamt that. And Salah, the touches from Salah in this game have been absolutely sublime. And nearly nice little bit of build-up play there. Thoughts on United empty Old Trafford versus Liverpool? Are they actually going to do it? That is the question. That's we'll have to wait and see if they actually do empty the Etihad, because obviously we speak about these kind of the back. Everton tried to walk out after a certain minute, and it didn't really work. No one really left at all. So we'll have to wait and see whether people actually do it, because you see a lot of these protests and a lot of these things that they have planned, and it never really goes ahead. That's the thing. So we'll have to wait and see whether it does go ahead. But I don't really know much about the situation. I'm not going to pretend and talk about as if I know too much about the situation. But yeah, that's all I can say, really. I don't know enough to discuss it and talk about it. But currently, Liverpool, 13 minutes in, Liverpool have been dominating on all parts of this game. Absolutely all parts of this game. Nat Phillips has whipped the ball to Darwin Núñez. They've been trying that a few times now. A poor one there, really, from Nat Phillips. But they keep trying to lift that ball right in over the top to see if they can get to. They can kind of unlock that Palace defense, because they're playing with quite a high line. So there's always a bit of space emptying over the top. So everyone will have to let me know. By the way, for some reason, I think my Wi-Fi has just got a little bit worse there. So apologies if I'm buffering a bit. Just wait. Hopefully it will come back up. Let me know if you can still hear me. Just put a thumbs up or anything in the chat, because I never know when stuff like that. Toby says Glazers are the best owners in the world, but you're not a Liverpool. You're a Liverpool fan, aren't you? So you're obviously going to say that. I know a lot of people say they're horrific owners and things. My only thing I can say is at least they invest. And a lot of people I know question about the kind of investment. But when you look at Mike Ashley's reign at Newcastle and you talk about investment, you look at West Brom in recent years, Jeremy Peace, a lot of the fact that they actually back managers and things, they invest. I know people say they don't, but they are investing. Is it raining? No, it is not raining here. Why is it raining at yours? Tried to hit Darwin Núñez then over the top. Nearly created something there. Darwin Núñez struggling a bit in this game. He's getting himself into some really nice. The thing is, when we talk about Darwin Núñez, and I say he's struggling, he's not struggling to find great positions. He's finding himself some really good positions, getting into some really good spaces and some pockets. It's just his end final product. A couple of times now, it's just been a little bit off, hasn't it? I think he's just struggling to have that final product, and I don't know whether that's a recurring thing with him, whether we've seen that before, or I don't know. You guys can tell me if you've. I haven't watched much of him outside of the Premier League of what we've seen so far, and from what I gather so far, he looks like a great player. For his build, his movement, and his speed is absolutely unreal. So I do have to admit, I do really like him, but I don't know him well enough to know whether I can really comment and discuss how good a player he is. But it's been a great start to this game. It is currently 0-0, 15 minutes in. Liverpool could have scored a couple of goals. Palace haven't really offered much, but they've defended well. But I still do think when you've got players like Eberechi Eze and Zaha on that counter-attack, could really hurt and harm Liverpool, because that's pace, that sheer pace and skill. And if they run at you, be direct, they will cause problems. But it looks like Eberechi Eze, when Palace have got the ball, they're so central. It is unreal. They come in really central and cause problems. Whereas when they're without the ball, Eberechi Eze goes out towards that left-hand side. Same with Jordan Ayew. He kind of drops into that right midfielder position. But when they get the ball, he kind of comes in and a bit inverted himself as well. So I think that's the plan. Currently on the verge of raining here in South Yorkshire. Well, and look, I wouldn't mind a bit of rain, to be honest, because it's been absolutely roasting. I don't know if people have seen already, but I did a video at Plymouth You'll have to let me know what you guys thought of the latest TikTok. Oh, a wonder pass here now. Andy Robertson's gone clean through. Andy Robertson, great defending players, got back in position. And Luis Diaz, something's happening here. Oh, nearly scored there. Deflection nearly lifted over the keeper, but the keeper just about scrambled in and saved that. It's a good chance again from Luis Diaz. It came from another long ball from what we spoke about before. We've spoken about Liverpool before, and they played like this new potentially could have been offside. It would have been a close one. But one thing I've spoken about with Liverpool, with this new system, they're a lot more direct. Sam, send me your link so I can share it. I don't know how I can. Can somebody else send me the link to my YouTube channel if people could for me? Because I can't do it whilst I'm live because it will then kill the Wi-Fi. But anyway, Eberechi now, a poor pass there. He could have really put Zaha through then. Simple pass there. He's tried, and Nat Phillips has defended well. But again, that's exactly counters, and you can see how direct they were then. And Palace nearly, I don't say nearly, was so close to getting through them. But close isn't good enough when you're coming against this Liverpool side. I basically think at Liverpool, you need to score 2 goals, really. That's in my personal opinion. I think you need to score at least 2 goals to guarantee yourself a point. Because anything, let's be honest, we all know anything can happen. Oh, here we go. Eberechi Eze now clean through. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Alisson stands strong and saves. It was offside, but Eberechi Eze then, sorry. It's exactly what I spoke about. The counter-attack came from absolutely nothing there. And I honestly thought he'd scored. But the keeper saved. He's put it on his left-hand side. Let's have a look now. Zaha takes the ball, turns really well, and he plays the ball. He plays the ball a little bit too late. He was offside, but Eberechi Eze misses it anyway. Should really score that, but it doesn't matter. As I said, can somebody who's in the chat, by the way, send the Pure Loyalist the link to my YouTube channel? Can you put that in the chat? Can anyone do that for us? Surely there's someone in the chat who'll help us with that. I'd be very much grateful. Let me just have my quick sip of water. You got to excuse me. I'll be having a lot more drinks of water today because it's been over 25 degrees here. And it's still absolutely roasting, hence why I'm in my shorts, because I can't be wearing trousers or jeans or tracksuit bottoms for this. It's too hot at the moment. As I said, is there anyone in here who could send a link to the Pure Loyalist to my YouTube channel? Presuming you can. If not, if you click on to my profile and click the 3 dots, and you then can copy or press share to my page. If you want actually the Pure Loyalist, I might see if I can do it whilst I'm talking. I can log into my personal account and see if I can do this for you. I've copied the link. I'm now going into the chat. This feels very weird because I've just watched myself. That's not nice. I don't like that. Watching my that was weird. But Palace overall, yes, they've got into the game a little bit more so than they were before. I can't get into the chat. Apologies, guys. I cannot say anything in the chat. You're going to have to do it yourself. Someone who's in here surely can share the link to this page to help me out here. Surely there's somebody in here. There's got to be. There has to be one. At least one person, surely. There's got to be one person. I think we'll wait and see. There'll definitely be one person who can help us out. If not, just tell people to search Bucket Hat Sam. It always comes up straight away. There's not many people with a username like it, let's be honest. Or if you click off this live stream, and then you will see the live stream, and you can select a button which is like a 3 again. The 3. I'll show you when it comes up on my screen. Give me a second. If you look at it like this, there's other way. There's 3 dots on the far hand side. Click the 3 dots and then press share. That's exactly how I would do it. But anyway, I'm going to sit back now a bit and carry on watching the football because I'm quite enjoying this. It's quite relaxed. All Palace players are in their own half. They're all caved into their own half, except Zaha, who's a bit frustrated. He's not really had much help up there, not really much support. But anyway, beating the lines there. Trent passes it now to Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah pulls the ball back across, but it is cleared away. A bizarre clearance there from Mitchell. Trent gets the ball. Trent whips the ball into the back post towards... Oh, nearly another chance created there, but the ball has been whipped out. Palace defenders absolutely fuming. They're wanting... I think they're all claiming there should have been a corner, offside there. I'm not sure whether there was. I couldn't really tell from my angle. but Fabinho on the ball now. It's mental when you see this, when Liverpool caved into somebody's half. Anyway, Darwin Núñez gets the ball now. Pass it out wide to Salah. A great pass. Salah now very, very wide. Who's he going to find? Over to Trent. Trent shoots first time, and the ball was blocked. And it's now over to Andy Robertson. This is constant threat now. Harvey Elliott loses the ball. Here we go. Can Salah get... Oh, no. And then Harvey Elliott wins the ball back. And it's straight back out now to the right-hand side. And Trent whips a ball in. Those crosses he can put in are crazy, isn't it? There's no one like it in the world that can put in a cross. You've got a bad feeling Fulham will stay up this season. How come you think that? Here we go. Fabinho on the ball now. Back to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott's had a really bright start to this game, I think. I think he's a real tricky player, isn't he? Here we go. Trent Alexander-Arnold whips the ball back to Salah. Salah shoots and puts it wide. Salah, oh my word. Another great chance there. Really surprised. You just expect those kind of things to go straight in. That's something I'd always put money on. Salah to score that there. A great cross. AFC Bournemouth Fan TV 2-1 to Liverpool. So you're not AFC Bournemouth Fan TV. I need the clean sheet for my fantasy football here. So we're gonna say hopefully there's I need it desperately. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Opinions on Mitrovic. He's a good striker. I still don't think he'll score many in the Premier League. I think he got I wouldn't say lucky, because obviously you create your own luck in the Premier League, but I don't think he's going to get more than 6 or 7. I don't think in the league this year. I will happily be proven wrong, but I'm still not sure whether he's really suited to the Premier League. 2 draws, 2 games. Yeah, but it's only 2 points, isn't it? Man United could win 1 game and then go ahead of them. That's the thing. Draws are great, but you need wins. I know it's a really obvious thing to say. If you drew every single game in the Premier League, you probably would get relegated. Toby, he's managed to annoy me in 2 games in a row. How come he's annoyed you in the second game? Anyway, the ball whipped back. Luis Diaz now on the ball. Luis Diaz has been a bit quiet, actually. I said earlier that he was good on the ball, but he's had some good moments on the ball, but he didn't really cause many problems. He does a lot of trickery and a lot of no-look passes for unnecessary reasons, but he doesn't actually no end product yet. Van Dijk shoots from about 35 yards, and it's high and wide. I don't mind him shooting from there, to be honest. It makes you think of, I think it was Tomori against Wolves a couple of years back when he was at Chelsea, or Rudiger at Chelsea, or I'm trying to think of the centre-backs who've scored absolute screamers. Can't think of any off the top of my head, but overall, Palace will be happy with this, though. I know we spoke about earlier about how Liverpool were creating chances. Palace was sat deep, soaking up pressure. But they haven't really tested Gaeta. I'm still waiting for them to test Gaeta. Yes, they've created chances and things, but they're not anything where they've thought a huge chance. Anyway, Salah now trying to beat the line. He's just about kept the ball in, whips it in, and it goes out. Oh, no, he's kept the ball, actually. He's kept the ball, Salah, and he whips the ball in towards the back post, towards Milner. Milner heads it back across, and Luis Diaz doesn't get onto it. Another well-worked attack there. And it's that switch I keep talking about, a simple switch from left to right or right to left. And it seems to be like a diagonal. There's not much pace on it. It's kind of like lofted in towards the back. Then they can set another player up to head it back across. That's kind of what they've tried to do a couple of times now, but nothing really has come from it properly. And Palace again there have tried to pass out from the back and they lose it. And then the relentless pressure begins again. I read something on Twitter today. This protest going on in Old Trafford on Sunday. Manchester United have to forfeit gifts to wish to win to Liverpool. I don't understand all the empty Trafford. I'd love to hear what everyone thinks about it. I'm not entirely clued up on about it. I'm still not convinced with what's going on. Here we go. Palace, can they hold on to the ball? No, Palace made 2 passes there. It'd be interesting to see after this game the Palace statistics on passing, because I can't imagine there's many, if I'm honest. Not really created much so far yet. And that's the diagonal there. That's the only problem. I spoke about earlier about how the Liverpool have been doing this diagonal where they loft it a bit more when they used to really smash it in previous years. Whereas it wasn't smashed. It was a little bit more of lofted. Players can intercept quite easily, and it was intercepted then. Ooh. Decore giving away a foul there on Darwin Núñez around the halfway line, but personally, I didn't think that was a foul. And it wasn't. It was Schlupp, Jeffrey Schlupp. Apologies. Darwin Núñez, he's been getting on the ball, to be fair. I know we spoke about how he struggled a bit and about how he seems a little bit off it with that final third, but the fact he's getting on the ball and he keeps going and the confidence shown, it shows his testament to his character and his will. Because you've got to question, a lot of players could go hiding in a ground like Liverpool. Darwin Núñez shoots, ricochets off towards Harvey Elliott, and Harvey Elliott nearly just couldn't get the ball from underneath his feet. But again, this relentless pressure carries on building and building. Liverpool creating more and more chances. Joe Cran Mearsbrook, how are you doing? How are you doing? If you haven't already, guys, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. It honestly helps. And I can confirm I am all okay. All my health is well, Joe. If you were asking, I'm completely fine. I'm just sat very comfortably in my chair, very, very just chilled. Let's be honest, just chilled, doing a bit of a watch along, seeing what people think. I do like the very chilled ones, to be honest. I'm going to hopefully plan to start doing more of these watch alongs and potentially get other people on. Is that what you guys would like? That is the question. Would you guys like to see more people in here, meet with other people, chatting away, doing watch alongs? You have to let me know. Steve Bruce is not the right guy for West Brom. He's not. No, I could have told you that myself. Anyway, we've got a bit of an overload here now for Crystal Palace. Nathaniel Klein whips the ball in. It's a poor cross. In these games, you're not going to have many chances to create things. So when you do, beat the first man with your cross. You know, it annoys me. It really bothers me. The thing is, these are professionals and they can't beat the first man for the cross. But no, Darwin Núñez giving away a foul there. Referee hasn't given a yellow card. I hope he gets a yellow card just purely because a couple of people in my league have got Darwin Núñez and I don't, so I want him to get a yellow card. But it is still 0-0. Eberechi Eze standing over this now. A free kick, probably about. Oh, he's gone short. I don't get that at all. I say that Guay, he's got an angle there, and nothing comes from it. I don't understand why they didn't just whip the ball in there. They've really overcomplicated a simple thing there. Millwall are looking great, yeah, still, and I completely agree. Millwall are looking like a serious side this year. And as Pure Loyalist said, remember to hit the like button, folks. Help the channel out. You know what to do, guys. It takes you 2 seconds to just smash the like button. If you haven't already, please do subscribe as well, because honestly, it helps more than you can imagine. We're trying to get to 2,650. Anyway, big chance now. Trent to Salah, and Salah misses again. Trent has created probably about 5 or 6 chances already in this game. It is absolutely crazy. He's picking out some absolutely unreal passes. Unreal there. He's done a cross back across himself, like a reverse cross there. And it was absolutely gorgeous cross. I'm now looking to see. Have we gained? Yes, we have gained a new subscriber. Thank you to whoever that is in the chat. Shout out to you, whoever's done that, because I do honestly, as I always say, I do really appreciate it. As I always say, it helps more than you can imagine. We're trying to do this full time, guys. So if you can keep smashing the like button, sharing, getting your friends, talk about it wherever, share it with everyone you know. It helps so much. Liverpool so far have had 11 shots, only 2 on target, and Palace have had 0. And Liverpool are around 75% possession. That's what we've spoken about already. Liverpool dominating. Let's be honest, they're really seriously dominating this game. Keep asking any questions you want. Keep firing in the questions. It's always good. I always say it's good to hear from you lot, to see what everyone is thinking and what's everyone saying, because I always like to hear your thoughts. I can answer, and we chat about absolutely anything. It can be football related. It can be anything. Usually we prefer it to be football related, because obviously this is a football channel. But, you know, I'll answer anything. Darwin Núñez there got absolutely flattened by Joe Ward then. Oh, unlucky. Decore tried running there with the ball and no one was around him to help him. That's another thing we've spoken about. If Palace are going to sit in, when they get the ball back, they need to push up, need to create space, get numbers up the field, because they're not doing that. They're not allowing the team to get up the pitch, and it's not helping them whatsoever. But my problem is with Luis Diaz in this game, he's been coming very short quite often to get the ball, which isn't doing much to help the squad. Because you want him towards the final third. You want these kind of flair players, the tricky players, the players that are going to create something. to be further at the pitch. It can't surely just be me who thinks that. Surely other people do. Anyway, Salah now to Harvey. Harvey into towards his right hand side now. Reverse pass to Salah. Salah gets the ball. Salah, who's he going to pass to? Holds on to it for too long, and Palace get the ball and clear it. Toby says, my friend who doesn't even like football is sub to you. Anyway, Zaha goes clean through. Zaha now. Here we go. Zaha shoots. Zaha 1-0. Crystal Palace 1-0. Came from absolutely nothing. A great finish from Wilfried Zaha there. Wow. 1-0. 1-0 Crystal Palace, guys. That came from absolutely nothing. I was literally talking about Toby there, and I will explain the goal and I'll go through it. I just want to see this all over again. So Liverpool have the ball. Keeper knocks it long. Eze takes the ball down, goes past Fabinho like it's absolutely nothing, and Zaha just puts on the burners. Nat Phillips tries to, he's playing front on, and wow, Zaha, that is class. I want to question Van Dijk's defending here as well, but it is currently 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Goal came from an absolutely gorgeous counter-attack. What a goal. What a finish from Zaha. What a goal. And this game now is going to get a lot more spicy, a lot more open, because we know exactly what's coming from this now. Patrick Vieira is absolutely loving it down that side, but came from absolutely nowhere, that did. Crystal Palace, 1-0. A simple, Eberechiesa gets the ball on the halfway line, turns Fabinho, and the next thing you know, it is just 2-on-2. That's the thing when Liverpool play so high line and pile their players into that one half. Wow. What a goal. What a goal. Wilfried Zaha opens up his body and just slots it into that far corner. Van Dijk, I'd question both defenders there. I think Nat Phillips, it was poor from Nat Phillips in the first place to be so front on. And then not only that, I thought it was really poor then from Van Dijk. He didn't actually tackle him. He kind of just stood off him as he went. He went, go on, have a shot. I think he obviously backs the keeper in that situation, but an absolutely great finish from Wilfried Zaha there. 1-0 after 33 minutes. I think you can all tell I'm shocked. I didn't see that coming. It came from absolutely nowhere. I was actually talking to Toby. But thank you, Toby, for getting that sub. But it is currently 1-0. Patrick Vieira is shouting at his players. He's drilling them in and telling them exactly what they need to be doing. But if they can do more of this, they'll go somewhere, because this has been a great start to the game. 35 minutes in, I said, Liverpool have had 12 shots now, and Palace have had one shot, one on target, one goal, 1-0. And that is the only stat that matters in football. We can always talk about stats, but the only stat that ever matters is the scoreline. Wow. I'm going to the shop to get something for my mom. Go for it, Dylan. But yeah, Wilfried Zaha now starting this game, and he's running crazy. You can see he's a man who is possessed now after that goal. He's got what he wanted. And Nat Phillips has been struggling in this game. I've said it before, I don't think he's good enough for me. Darwin Núñez takes the ball now, shoots from distance, and it's well wide. That's a 13th shot now. Football all in the day. There's no guarantees. There's no such thing as a guarantee in football. I completely agree, pure loyalist. There is never any guarantees in football. Never. But ask me any questions you want, by the way, guys. I'll give my opinion on absolutely anything. We're currently 35 minutes into this game. It is Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 0. And I still can't get my head around that goal. Just came from absolutely nowhere. Honestly, came from nowhere. Well, that's my clean sheet gone. I spoke about before for my fantasy football. I had Alisson and I had Trent, but don't worry, I have transferred out Alisson this week for Edison. But Crystal Palace look possessed. They're playing it's a really good way of playing, because a lot of people, when we talk about how you can play against Liverpool, you've got to, when you're playing against Liverpool, you've got to sit in deep, but you also can't sit in too deep where you then can't get out your own half. But they're playing a good system. They're all caved in, and then when they get the ball, Eberechiesa and Jordan Ayew come in central, and that's the thing. That's why they got that goal from. Players coming central, but Salah he's played well so far. He's had 3 or 4 big chances now, so you got to wait and see. He's got to do something now. He's got to score eventually. But Trent gets the ball now on the right hand side. Trent shoots and it is blocked. Trent shoots again and it is blocked, and then they lose the ball. Trent, there was a lot of simple passes on then. Could have done a lot of things there, but Darwin Núñez and Joel Ward, it's a good battle between them. Joel Ward now has crunched him quite a few times. Um, Here we go. Seeing play build up again. I'm not gonna. Sadly, I was hoping to do a reaction to the Rangers game tomorrow against PSV, but I'm not. I doubt I'm going to make it back in time, but I potentially could. We'll have to wait and see. But here we go. Another counter attack now from Crystal Palace. Decore gets the ball from deep and shoots, and it is so high and wide. But players, the players aren't happy. The players aren't happy. And I mean, when I say players, Virgil van Dijk's been screaming at his men. But when you look at the average positions for this Palace team, every single one of them is in their own half. But it doesn't matter. They're compact. They're not allowing Liverpool to have any space. But it's difficult to be able to defend like that against a side like Liverpool for the entire game. Anyway, Wilfried Zaha now steps up against Nat Phillips. Here we go. He shoots again, and it's a good save from Alisson. But you can see Wilfried Zaha, every time he gets the ball, he drives towards Nat Phillips, and he's standing on Nat Phillips the entire time because Nat Phillips is really struggling with Zaha with his pace, his skill, how direct he is. Darwin Núñez gone down there against Joaquim Anderson. It's pretty basic defending. But Darwin Núñez been bullied off the ball a few times now. Seems to consider his build, he seemed quite weak a few times now. Maybe he's just still getting to grips with the Premier League. But anyway, great ball whipped in there by Trent, but Luis Diaz didn't get anywhere near it. And then, well, that's a foul from Andy Robertson. I don't understand why that wasn't a foul given then. I'm surprised at that. But again, Palace get the ball and Eberechi Eze straight out to Eberechi Eze straight away. Mark Guehi has played really well in this game so far. He's been doing some really good work in that middle of the, in that. Ooh, and the ball goes over the top to Zaha. Doesn't quite make it, but again, it's the right idea, and they're creating problems again. Liverpool are looking since that goal's gone in. They are looking so vulnerable and open, and I think it really opens up now for an absolute cracker. That is next week that I'll be doing another watch along for Manchester United versus Liverpool. If you guys want me to do that watch along, tell me because I will happily do it. I'm excited for that one. I definitely do want to do it. Let's be honest. Anyway, Trent nearly found Milner there. Milner, I think, has been pretty poor so far. No, didn't do anything there. It's still crazy that I can't get my head around the fact that Man United are bottom of the table. Don't you think that's crazy? Luis Diaz now gets the ball, tries to turn, but Decore. That's the thing. When Liverpool turn inside, there's about 10 players there. So Palace are saying, you can have the ball down the wing. Go for it. Luis Diaz is going to get a card here, which is just what we wanted because he is not in my fantasy football team. He's in a couple of lads at my work. If you can see, we take our fantasy football league very seriously at work. So I needed Luis Diaz to get a yellow card. It was an unnecessary yellow card. He didn't need to do it, but I'm all for it. I'm all for it. That's Luis Diaz's first yellow card of the season. He started off quite well. Oh, Joel Ward there slipped, but Luis Diaz did as well. Nearly came to something then. Oh, Decore found a really good pass. There we go. Wilfried Zaha through again. Oh, good save from Alisson there. One-on-one, Alisson saves. Great save. Wow. No, Zaha's onside there. And as I said again, Zaha is stood on Nat Phillips, creating problems every time. Cue Ball says, let's go Palace. Cue Ball, good to see you in the stream. How you doing? Yes, Palace are playing some really good football. The system they're doing is working. It's working really well. Liverpool looking very vulnerable, and Zaha is having an absolute field down at Phillips. And Zaha won't go anywhere near Van Dijk. If Van Dijk comes across and tries to stand on him with Nat Phillips, then they'll create space for other players. So Van Dijk is going to have to watch his players get absolutely destroyed by Zaha. And corner whipped in by Eberechi Eze, cleared by Nat Phillips. Oh, nearly a counter then from the corner. But Trent now with the ball and literally thrown out there fast. They try and do a fast attack, and every single Palace player is behind the ball straight away like that. That's the thing with this Palace side. They are so defensively resolute. They get back into position so fast. It's so good. But honestly, I think Liverpool are looking very ropey in this game. Very ropey. Really, really struggling. I think Palace are playing very well. Still just not. They're still. It's. I don't know what it is about Liverpool here. I don't know if it's because of Nat Phillips or I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. But this goal has killed them for definite. But we are currently 41 minutes into this game, and it is still 1-0 to Crystal Palace. If you haven't already, guys, please do smash the like button. Do subscribe. Honestly, it helps more than you can imagine. We're trying to hit 2,615 subscribers. It'd be great if you get your friends to subscribe. Do whatever you can to help. But great defending there from Guahi. He has been on fire in this game. Every time Salah's come up against him, Salah hasn't been up to it. It's not Salah's been playing poor. It's just Guahi's been on fire. A great player. A player that I said in the past I wasn't convinced. I didn't think he was great when he played for England in that game. I don't think many of the England side were great in that game. But I've seen everything I'd want to see in this game now to say that he's a great player. He's been absolutely on fire in this game. If you haven't already, guys, as I said, though, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. I will just have a quick look. Oh, Jordan Ayew now. Ball dinked over the top. Oh, nearly a great ball there. Nearly a great ball then, causing a few more problems there. That was close again. Close again. Liverpool looks so ropey since this first goal. They just look like they can't defend. They don't know what's going on. It's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. But anyway, Trent whips the ball down the line to Salah. Salah gets in, finds his space, whips it back towards Harvey Elliott, and gone out for a corner. Guahi drops his cross, and Anson clears the ball. Guaita drops the cross and goes out for a corner to Liverpool. Liverpool trying to just create something, a bit of a spark, and it comes from the classic. We know what exactly Liverpool always are going to do. It is a whip down the line by Trent and then a cross in from Salah. But Trent stood over this corner now. Can he do a better corner than Andy Robertson? Because Andy Robertson's corner earlier was dreadful. Here we go. Whips the ball in now. No one gets near it. No one gets near it. And goes all the way back to Andy Robertson on the halfway line now. Can I add a timer, please? I can't today. I can soon. I don't have the right software to do it, but I will be able to by next week, hopefully. I'm getting someone to help me with it. Kieran Rance, hopefully, he's going to help me with it. Shout out to him. Oh, Milner's been awful. If you watch this kind of game and you were looking specifically at Milner, you would be worried about him and say, is he still up to standard? Because his touches have been dreadful. He's been given the ball away often. He's been dribbled past. But I think this entire midfield, as much as Harvey Elliott's great on the ball going forward, it doesn't offer you much defensively. And I've noticed that as soon as they lose the ball, the counter is just insane. It's just a wave of players. And they just breeze past the midfield and then walk through the defence. And then they're one-on-one with the keeper. Palace have had the better chances in this game. Oh, you're right, Kieran. Hello, Kieran. I didn't see you in here. He's currently 1-0 to Palace. Palace are absolutely dominating, by the way, Kieran. I mean, dominating in this game. It's crazy. When I say dominating, it's an exaggeration. It's as in dominating chances. Obviously, Liverpool have had a lot of shots, but nothing with real conviction. Nothing where they've actually thought anything could ever happen in this. I'd speak to JT as well. He was the one who just. I'll definitely have a chat with him. Nat Phillips. I'm sorry, Nat Phillips is not good enough to play in the Premier League. Watching this, he's been absolutely dreadful. At fault for the first goal. Can't pass it 5 yards. And Van Dijk, you can see, he's getting so annoyed with him, just constantly watching him, thinking, "What are you doing?" It's constant. You can see it. You can see how annoyed he is. Every time he keeps telling him to push up, and then he's just so on the ball. His general little touches as well. He tries to take the ball in, and he just can't do it. Just simply can't do it. I've been quiet, doing a few watch alongs. Great to hear, mate. Thanks for watching. Everyone loves Kieran's vids. Come on, he's the GOAT, isn't he? He's the one. By the way, guys, us Bucketeers were coming to take Kieran's spot. We are going to grow bigger. No, I'm joking. We're working. He's a good lad. Whenever there's no, his empire's too big, and we're not there to take over him. We're here to grow with him. That's the difference. Yeah, you hear it. That's what we do. But no, Eberechi Eze is a player as well. Trent struggled with him defensively, but I don't know if it's Trent struggling or if he's playing so high. That is my only question. But Milner again, simple 5-yard passes, and he can't do it. It's like watching. It's just he's really off it, really off it. It's just like he can't keep up. I don't know what it is. I've never seen it like this. Milner is a player I'd usually look at and say he's a great player, but in this game he's been dreadful. And I feel bad for Fabinho because you've got Harvey Elliott and Milner who are absolutely nowhere near him. When you look at a midfield, you want your midfield to be tight. You want players around it. That's what you were taught as a kid. It's the basics of football. You could literally throw a blanket over that middle of the pitch and it will only touch Fabinho. There's no one around him. Harvey Elliott is basically playing as a right winger. And Milner is all over the pitch, but bar the midfield. It's absolutely dreadful. And then Trent, I know that they're playing inverted fullbacks and things like that, but it seems overcomplicated. I don't get it. It's overcomplicated. Liverpool are having a shocker here. They look like they're absolutely rattled. Honestly, Palace have had the better chances. Zaha has just had Nat Phillips on toast the entire game. And they no, don't. That's not good timing. Oh, Salah nearly went clean through. Oh, that would have been dreadful then. That would have been really bad timing. Yes, exactly. The group chat is building an empire. Tell me about it. Yes, Ali, what you saying, mate? How you doing? Yeah, just come to laugh at Liverpool. Mate, we are laughing at Liverpool on here. It's that bad at the moment. But I say that, no doubt they will score. As soon as this is what always happens, it's my luck. There should be a name for it. As soon as I start taking the mick out of somebody, but Trent whips in the ball now. It's gone back towards Nat Phillips. I just thought Nat Phillips was going to score then. Oh my word! After I've just slagged him off like that, Harvey Elliott whips the ball in. Darwin Núñez from 5 yards hits the post. Oh, what's going on? Van Dijk goes to shoot. 8 yards out. Van Dijk goes to smash it in to the back of the net, and his standing leg slips. That's brilliant. That is. It wouldn't have counted anyway. But Darwin Núñez. Oh, I don't know if there was I think there was a great tackle then. Absolutely class. That is defending. I think might be there. Núñez playing like Lacazette. He is at the moment. Yes, he looked great against who was it on the opening day of the season? Was it Bournemouth? You guys can tell me. Was it Bournemouth? Was it Fulham? Against Fulham. He was looking great against Fulham, but in this he's struggling. But that is it. Half time, everyone. It is currently 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Came from a great finish by Wilfried Zaha. And Wilfried Zaha doesn't look happy. And that is why I love Zaha. A lot of people don't like Wilfried Zaha, but I love him because he's always hungry for more. And he just rattles defenders. You don't get many players like it. Throws themselves into challenges like he does. But anyone, ask whatever you want now in the comments because it's now half time. And this is now where we just kind of talk about absolutely anything to do with football. But it's 1-0 half time. If you haven't already, guys, by the way, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. It helps more than you can imagine. We're trying to get to 2,615 subscribers. Surely you can help us. I feel like I had some food before I came on, and all of a sudden I've got all the energy that's just hit me. And I'm buzzing for this. I think as well, it's nice to see an underdog doing well against a side like Liverpool. That you can't beat it. You honestly can't beat it. I love seeing underdog story. I think it's because I relate as a West Brom fan. I always relate to the underdog. Kieran will understand as well. Being an underdog, Everton. What's happening? If anyone wants to chat about this, there's one thing I would really like to talk about. It's Anthony Gordon. What on earth is going on with that? I'll ask everyone in the comment section now below. If you were Everton, would you accept 40 million for Anthony Gordon? Let me know. Dylan, how you doing again? Good to see you back. What did you get your mom while she went? You'll have to let me know. Ollie, how you doing, mate? It's good to see you in here. Long time no see. How you doing? More than an underdog, we have no chance at anything. Mate, it's a bigger chance than West Brom. Remember that. Always remember that. But yeah, if you guys were Everton, what would you accept 40 million? What would be your price tag on Gordon? Because I think it's a really interesting situation that is going to build with this. Ollie says, I'm not too bad, mate. I'm not too bad. Thank you, Ollie. I'm feeling good, feeling positive. We're seeing an underdog score. The game's good. People are feeling happy. Kieran says, you would accept. Do you know what, Kieran? I am the exact same. I was thinking about it earlier. How much would you, 40 million is amazing for him. If you can get 45, then that's even better. But I think it's a lot of money. 40 million. You can get 5 or 6 players then. Swap deal for Anthony Gordon, Christian Pulisic to Everton. Everton wouldn't take that. Absolutely not. Liverpool have been so dominant. You say they've been dominant, but they haven't actually created any clear-cut chances. I still can't think of a moment where you thought Liverpool should have scored. There was one little chance when Darwin Núñez, as we said earlier, looked like Lacazette. If I was another Premier League club, I would pay no more than 20 million. Mate, I am the exact same. I completely agree with you on this, and I didn't know whether to say it, but I just think it's absolutely ludicrous. I think it just sums up how overpriced English players can be. Because let's be honest, he's a great player, Anthony Gordon is. I really like him. End product is not a £40 million player, though, is it? When you think Haaland was bought for around 50 million, I know it's a slightly different situation, but for 10 million more, Chelsea could have got Haaland. I know it's not that simple, but that's the way I'm saying. Ethan Ampadu. Ethan Ampadu is not good enough for the Premier League. I think people need to remember he's not good enough now. We all remember how he was good on FIFA and people discuss things like that, but he's not good enough to play in the Premier League. He struggled at Sheffield United. He struggled. Where else does he play? I'm thinking he struggled in Wales in the Euros. He's just not good enough. I think people need to remember this, and I think people forget he's actually a lot older than you think. Don't know how much about him, but 40 million, I would cut my hand off for that. Yeah, I'd take it straight away if I was Everton. I know they've lost Richarlison, and they'll be losing Gordon, and Calvert-Lewin's never fit. But it's a lot, isn't it, to ask? It's a lot. 40 million. I feel like I'd be all over it. Loftus-Cheek can play centre mid and as well as right wing back. Yeah, I saw that in the Tottenham game. It really surprised me. I didn't know he could play right wing back until that. I think the only problem with Loftus-Cheek is he's never really. Has he ever really done it for a sustained period of time? Ever? That's my only worry with it when it comes to Loftus-Cheek. You look at his time at Fulham when they got relegated, didn't really do anything. Yes, he had that bit of time at Chelsea and he had a little bit of a run at Palace, but I don't actually know where he's ever consistently done it. It's like Dele Alli all over again. You like Ethan Ampadu. I don't think there's anyone else who'd take. Would you take Ethan Ampadu, Kieran? I personally wouldn't if it was me. Me personally. But anyone else, let me know. I look at him. Maybe he's a championship level for me. I don't think he's good enough for Chelsea, and there's a reason why he's not. Is Poppy a Yorkie, Sam? I have no idea what Poppy is. She's just an energetic dog who to like to be in the limelight by the looks of it. She wants to be in the back of the video all the time, but she just keeps walking around. So apologies if you hear a bark or whatever. She's just happy. She looks like she's about to go up the stairs. Yep, she's had enough. She's had enough of the chat about Anthony Gordon. She's fuming that not everyone would, that Chelsea have even spoken about the bid. The one player I still think needs to go to a better side is Wilfried Zaha. I've said it for a year now. He's honestly good enough to go to the next level. I still think it. I know people talk about his attitude and things like that, but you've seen under Vieira, he's so good. So good. Nat Phillips, I'm just watching this goal back. Nat Phillips, what on earth is he doing? I was looking. Oh, geez, sorry, dog's barking. And made me jump. That did then. I'm just looking at it again now, and I'm trying to work out what's going on now. And Van Dijk, I still want to talk about Van Dijk. Van Dijk should have done more with that first goal. When you actually watch it back, Van Dijk actually doesn't tackle. Van Dijk stands off. I can't work out. So Van Dijk sprints across to cover, and then he gets there, and then stops. I don't understand. I don't know if he's worried whether Zaha will cut back inside. I'm trying to watch it back now. I'm watching it back. Apologies if it's not great commentary. Van Dijk is at fault as well. That's bizarre. And that is why I always say I don't think he's the Premier League's best ever defender. Liverpool have had a lot of chances, but nothing that is clear cut. There's not been one chance where you'd go, they've missed a huge chance there. I wouldn't say there's been one. There's been a lot of shots. But when you actually look on target, I know just before Palace scored, they had 11 shots, only 2 on target. It shows how the lack of they've got to be a lot more clear cut and efficient than that. And I think watching this, you see the gulf in quality between Manchester City and Liverpool. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, you're being early to call." If Liverpool draw this game, title's over. That's it. That's it. Simple as that. I honestly believe that because it's you can't. Last season, Liverpool only lost 2 games. They could be how many points behind already? 4 points behind after 2 games. No, it could be more than that. Sorry, it's more than that. Ignore that. That's if they drew. It's just not good enough. I'd be disappointed as a Liverpool fan from this. It's not good enough, is it? Really? Liverpool currently sat on 1 point. 1 point. Man City already on 6. It'd be 5 points difference. It's not good enough. And Liverpool, hopefully Klopp gets into them because we've seen Liverpool do this before. When they come out the next half, they're going to be firing on all cylinders, come out the blocks racing and fast. And that's what I expect to see. And surely everyone would agree with that. They've got to come out firing. They can't carry on trying to play this. We'll move it around slowly. We'll try and work it in. Liverpool have got pace in this side. That's the thing. Ashley Piggott says no Mane, no party. Do you know what, Ashley? I'm going to pin that because that is the best comment so far today. The pins over this side. Geez, that was poor. You can see the lack of. I'm not used to these lives again. I'm getting back to used to them. Sorry, guys. But Mane is missed. He offers something different. Luis Diaz, I've spoken about this before, and I've got a lot of stick online for this. I still don't think Luis Diaz is that good. He's not as good as you need to be part of that Liverpool front three. He's not efficient enough. He's not direct enough. Whereas with Mane wasn't the most technically gifted player. It was just sheer determination. He would drive to the line, he'd drive inside, he would bully defenders. Luis Diaz is too busy bothered about doing a no-look pass 5 yards. He's not direct enough. That's the difference between him and Mane. Mane was good in the air. He was strong. Everything. He was the perfect winger. And I think a lot of people I think Liverpool underrated him. And I think he deserved a new contract. I understand the whole thing behind it. And if you give him a new contract, then no one's going to be happy and things. But if I was Liverpool, I'd have given him exactly what he wanted to keep him at the club. Because you're seeing already they're struggling. They've drawn the first game. They've drawn against Fulham. Poor start. We're in the second game now, and they're currently losing 1-0 to Crystal Palace. It's not good enough. It's not good enough because the thing is, what we remember when we look at Liverpool and what they're known for is the sheer pace, a willingness to attack in numbers, and they are, but it doesn't look like the Liverpool of old. They're whipping a lot more crosses in for Darwin Núñez, hitting it towards the back. But Darwin Núñez doesn't seem to be very good in the air. I've not seen him win a header yet. Joel Ward has been bullying him. That's what I can't understand. Liverpool need a new centre mid if they want to win. I think Liverpool, if they want to win the league, they need another. Let me think. They need another centre mid. I think they need 2 centre mids, and I think they need better quality on the width. I think Jota's great, but when you compare the Liverpool squad and you compare it to the Man City squad, the gulf is ridiculous. The gap is too big. Completely agree with what Ashley said, though. It's complete facts there. By the way, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. It helps more than you can imagine. We're coming in now about to come to the second half of the game, probably in a couple more minutes. I'm buzzing for this second half. Hopefully, this is going to be good. Mitro bodied Henderson. It was jokes. Yeah, that is. I remember that. Let me just sort out the bucket hat. You might accidentally see a little bit of hair now. Apologies. I just need to sort out this. There we go. To get the hat back on. There we go. Sorry, you all like to see the barnet. Apologies. It was just annoying. If you haven't already, guys, thank you to everyone who has smashed the like button. It's much appreciated. If you haven't already, check out all the platforms, by the way, whether that be Book Out Sam on TikTok, Book Out Sam 2, Book Out Sam Clips, Book Out Sam Podcast, Instagram. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, everywhere. I'm absolutely everywhere at the moment, guys. I'm like dog poo on. Let's be honest, it's just everywhere. But we're trying to push everything out. So I appreciate you lot. You've been really helping. Chilwell's a key player for the Frank Lampard side. This is a really interesting thing now. I still can't understand and get my head around why they've got Chilwell and Cucurella. Sam, the dog, just came down the stairs on a skateboard. You know what? I literally did glance into the background then, even though I shouldn't have. But no, yeah, I don't understand why they've got Cucurella and they don't need the two of them, do they? Cucurella and Chilwell. I don't get it, but we'll wait and see. There's quite clearly they know what they're doing. There's going to be some goal with it, don't they? There will be for definite. But no, if you haven't already, guys, as I said, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. We're waiting for the second half to kick off. I thought these adverts seem to be getting longer and longer. I always say it. And there's new We Buy Any Car adverts now with Mika Richards and Jamie Redknapp are absolutely dreadful. These are dreadful, these new adverts. I'm not a fan of these. Oh, when is the Joshua fight, actually? I didn't realise the Joshua fight was this Saturday. I had no idea. I had no idea that was on this Saturday. I probably will watch that. I won't do a watch along because obviously I don't know enough about boxing. And I probably couldn't sit here and talk about boxing well enough because you would all switch off. But I'll definitely will be watching it. Come on. The players are now coming back out. Milner's still on the pitch. I don't know how. I really can't get my head around that. Nunes is still on the pitch. Haven't really done much. Nat Phillips. Oh, my word. Nat Phillips is still on the pitch. How on earth is going on? Come on, Klopp. Surely we can all see Nat Phillips is struggling and Wilfried Zaha is going to sit on him the exact same way as he did in the second half. The counter-attack will happen. Zaha will get round the back. 2-0. I don't think that'll be end score, but there will be another goal if Nat Phillips stays. And I'm being honest now, if Zaha stays sitting on Nat Phillips, there will be a second goal in this game because Nat Phillips cannot cope with him. Nat Phillips can't cope with anyone. Eberechi Eze has been absolutely dominating Nat Phillips in this entire game. Even Jordan Ayew, when Jordan Ayew ran at him, and it's Jordan Ayew. The front three's not working. It's not working as a system at the moment. It looks disjointed. It doesn't look good enough. And I can't get my head around what on earth is going on with this Liverpool side. You can see it's a transition. Mane's going. Obviously, they're trying to integrate Luis Diaz into the side. They're trying to implement not Darwin Núñez. It's just not working. Something's got to change. Whether that be something simple, I know this will sound crazy, but playing a little bit more basic. Liverpool don't need to be playing all these inverted fullbacks and all this. Do what Liverpool were known for when they were absolutely dominating the league, when they won the league. Get the fullbacks high up the pitch, whip the ball in. Wingers, get in, dominate the ball. It doesn't even have to be slow though, because that's the thing. They've been dominating the ball and just been passing it sideways, backwards and forwards. Get the ball fast, direct. That's all they need to do. But the second half is about to be underway. Harvey Elliott and James Milner really need to step it up in this second half because they've been extremely poor. Here we go. We're seeing it now. And Andy Robertson. There, see, that's my point exactly. Andy Robertson is playing narrow. This is what I can't get my head around. Andy Robertson there is playing alongside Darwin Núñez then. And then James Milner's gone out to the left. That's what I can't get my head around. Liverpool are known for having these fullbacks that create loads of space. Andy Robertson's making a run there as if he's a striker. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It just doesn't make sense. It looks so disjointed. It's like Klopp's gone, run a bit more, guys. Just go for it. I don't get it at all. Crystal Palace has been at a great performance. I know I've slagged off Liverpool and the system and what's been going on. But Palace, give them their due. Palace have been absolutely class. Palace has sat deep. And when you see sides sit deep at Liverpool, it is not easy to sit deep for 90 minutes. Believe me, I've watched West Brom do it to every single side in the league under Tony Pulis. It is not easy to do it. And to stop players from creating chances. But Palace are doing it well, and then they counter with pace. Wilfried Zaha, guess which side he's playing on? The left-hand side towards Nat Phillips. I called it. It's going to happen again. And I cannot wait when it happens again. Who is that? Was that Harvey Elliott or was it James Milner? One of the two's just been yellow carded because they can't keep up with the pace. This is a problem I was talking about before. Harvey Elliott's great as an attacking midfielder, but he just cannot defend. He doesn't offer anything going forward. It's not good enough. And the ball's been whipped over to Nathaniel Klein. Nathaniel Klein's been playing really well, and that's my luck. He gives away the ball as soon as I say it. I always say this. Why do I do it? But there we go. Luis Diaz actually driving forward, and he kicks the ball out of play. Luis Diaz just passed the ball off the left-hand side of the pitch. It just baffles me. I just can't get my head around it. I don't understand why I got so much hate for saying Kulusevski is twice the player he is, because he's not good enough. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. We're trying to hit 2,615 subscribers by the end of this live stream. If we could, that would be amazing. But anyway, it's still currently 1-0 Crystal Palace, Liverpool, starting this second half, and nothing's happened whatsoever on Liverpool's part. They're really struggling. Don't know what's going on now. I'm not sure what's going on. The refs having a go at the Palace players for time wasting. Not sure on that. I never get that because Wilfried Zaha standing on Virgil van Dijk, and we all knew that would happen. Gets nowhere around him. And Virgil van Dijk, that's the difference is when Virgil van Dijk and when Zaha tries to stick it on Virgil van Dijk just shrugs him off like it's absolutely nothing. He's a great player, but obviously Virgil van Dijk's a great player, but you cannot. There we go. He's going back to Nat Phillips. He's gone, okay, I've tried it. It didn't work. Let's go over to Nat Phillips. Let's go have some fun. Anyway, Mohamed Salah puts it through to Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez. What on earth is he doing? What on earth? Darwin Núñez had a chance there to shoot 1-on-1, and the player comes in, and I'm pretty sure that shot was about to be wide. Zaha, there we go, has just pinned. Zaha has just pinned Nat Phillips and won a free kick on the halfway line. Here we go, though. Eberechi Eze goes past Harvey Elliott like it's absolutely nothing now. He's driving. There's only 2 players up here. Tyreek Mitchell nearly gets it through. A good chance, though. Liverpool struggling so much here. Long ball over the top, and Gaeta gets the ball and clears it long. I've said it before. Andy Robertson now to shoot from the halfway line. That is embarrassing. Gaeta was off his line. He tries to shoot, and he falls over as he goes to volley it. Absolutely dreadful. Darwin Núñez, what on earth has happened to the player that was against Fulham? That was dreadful. I don't know what's going on with him there. Absolutely dreadful. He's got a chance here. I'm looking at it back. He's opened up his left boot. Oh, my word. Darwin Núñez scuffs the 1-on-1. Oh, my word. He literally basically misses the ball. This is the player they've paid 100 million for, and he basically misses the ball. What on earth is going on? This game is turning into an absolute cracker, by the way. You've got Jordan Ayew now and Andy Robertson have a little bit of a scuffle there on the side, which is what we like to see. You know we like to see that. We like a bit of anger. It's what we want to see. But nothing given. Just little players having a little push and a shove. Andy Robertson. He's trying his hardest, but Jordan Ayew, let's be honest, has been dominating him in this game. On the 9th, I'm going to watch favourite Scottish team, Hearts. Who against? Who they're playing against? It's still currently 1-0. Nat Phillips, James Milner, Harvey Elliott have had pretty much a shocker, in my opinion. Same with Luis Diaz. I don't think Luis Diaz has offered anything. Darwin Núñez. I'm trying to think of something funny to say. I can't think of anything. A pun, maybe? I can't think of a pun. Listen, mate, it's been 2 games. Give him time. He can't kick a ball in a straight line. He's literally 5 yards out. He's got to pass the ball 5 yards in a straight line, and he can't even kick a ball. Kick a ball with his weak foot. Even I could kick a ball with my weak foot 5 yards. This is the thing. We all laughed and we all joked about whether we saw the highlights of Darwin Núñez. That was embarrassing there. And I know he might score in a bit. Whether he does or not, a £100 million player should be able to kick a ball in a straight line with his weak foot. He literally missed the ball. It's comedic. Zaha now wins the ball and he goes past Nat Phillips. That's a foul, but no idea why that wasn't given. Fair enough. Okay. That was a stonewall foul there. Zaha tackles, wins the ball back and then does a little chop. More like Darwin Núñez. Oh, my word. Why couldn't I not have thought that? There we go. You know what? That deserves to be on the screen for that. That was class. I enjoyed that. That was good. That was. That's what I should have gone for, something like that, let's be honest. But as it stands, he's still 1-0. And Darwin Núñez has just fallen over. I'm not picking on him now. He's literally just, it's like he knows I'm watching him now. Palace are literally keeping the ball now. Palace are passing the ball around Liverpool. It's crazy to think when this game started, before, and Susan said, Eberechi Eze kicks the ball out of play. What do I always say? So as it stands, Liverpool are on 1 point and Man United are on 0. How mental is that? As it stands, this Núñez is dreadful. He's really been struggling. And I know we're going to give him time, and I know it's early to call, but he is not playing well. Núñez misses 5 yards. How about Haaland missing 4 yards against Adrian? It's not even in the league. He's scored in the league. He's been playing well in the league. Haaland assisting, scoring. Yes, I know. Oh, Nat Phillips. Oh, jeez. Big tackle, but another chance now. Overload now. Here we go. Jordan Ayew now on the attack. Jordan Ayew, it took a little bit too long there. But he's kept the ball. Oh, nice 1-2 there. Jordan Ayew whips the ball in. Jeez. I'm not arguing with you, Finley. I'm just saying I think Darwin Núñez has been really poor. And if you was to compare the two, Haaland's helped his side win a game. Oh, it's not been good enough, is it? It's not good enough, really. You'd expect a bit more from this. You would expect a bit more from this. Liverpool 1, Liverpool 0, Crystal Palace 1. Something's gone. I think the player's just gone down with head injury. I think Jordan Ayew's gone down with head injury, and all the players are not happy now. The players are really not happy. But I understand feeling you're frustrated. I'm not trying to wind you up. I'm just saying. I think we need to discuss this. Darwin Núñez got off to a pretty poor start, but he's still currently 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, in my opinion, have deserved this win thoroughly. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, Liverpool have had more shots. They've not really had anything of any real substance, really, especially in the second half. Darwin Núñez missed a couple of chances, but nothing of real chances. And Luis Diaz, the difference is when we saw with Mane on this left-hand side, Mane was direct. Mane created more, didn't he? Whereas we I don't know, Luis hasn't actually offered anything in this game, in my opinion. I'm still not sure what he's good at, his best attribute. And I know a lot of people take the mick at me and say, Nat Phillips again can't make a 10-yard pass. Can't make a 10-yard pass. Zaha has been on fire. I know he's just dribbled the ball out again, but he's causing problems for this defence. And you can see Nat Phillips is nervous whenever he gets the ball because he knows Zaha will be there. Because Zaha's had a lot of energy in this game. He's been pressing. He's been running the channels. He's been causing plays into a lot of mistakes. You've seen Trent give away the ball a couple of times. You've seen Nat Phillips. You've seen Van Dijk. And again, here we go. A little bit of a chance now. Salah gets the ball on the edge of the box, but Tyreek Mitchell stops him there, but he whips it out wide to Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson, can he beat the first man? Of course not. Exactly what I spoke about before. He can't beat the first man. By the way, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. Please do subscribe. It does help more than you can imagine. We're trying to get to 2,615 subscribers, but Milner whips a ball in now. Gaeta gets the ball and he throws it out fast. That shows you hit that Palace are hit and then realise that Liverpool are for the taking. Eberechi Eze there breezes past his Trent like he's absolutely nothing. Zaha now tries to turn on Van Dijk, and Van Dijk just stands up and keeps his man. And unlucky. This is Liverpool are really struggling. 55 minutes played now, still Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 0, and I'm really struggling to see how Liverpool can get out of this, because Liverpool at the moment, yes, obviously when you've got quality, they probably will still score. If Palace want to try and secure the win, you'd like to think they need to get another goal. Let's be honest, they need to get another goal. But Salah's looking a little bit rattled. A lot of players you can see they're struggling. Salah's played well. His touch is absolutely unreal. He's been bringing it down so well. But I think Tyreek Mitchell has kept him quite quiet. Milner now has beat his man. And Milner's cross again. Can't beat the first man. But it comes out to Salah now on this right-hand side. I thought Harvey Elliott. I'm still not sure Harvey Elliott's a centre mid. I don't think he's good enough to play there. And Luis Diaz, there we go. Point proven. Tries an overhead kick. Let the ball run on to somebody else. You're not going to score from that. I don't get it. I think Liverpool have been really poor in this. Red card. There's been a red card. Darwin Núñez has just got a red card. Darwin Núñez has been red carded. I have no idea what's going on. Darwin Núñez has just been red carded. You heard me. Straight red. I have no idea what's just happened. Let's have a look. We'll watch this back. Darwin Núñez just headbutted. Oh, that's bad, that is. He's headbutted him. Darwin Núñez has headbutted. That's bad, that is. He's headbutted Joachim Anderson. Really poor from him. You can see he's young. Jeez, he's probably headbutted him. So Joachim Anderson has tapped him on the shoulder, shouted him. Darwin Núñez, because he's just gone straight into his face, red carded, sent off, instant red card. Liverpool down to 10 men. 1-0 Crystal Palace. They're without a striker. Finlay, can you be backing him now? Surely you can't be trying to help him now, because that's really poor from him. But I'd say that's really poor from Darwin Núñez. Now I'm going to see what's going on now. You don't. It's really, really silly, stupid. In fact, I don't understand what on earth he's doing there. But I'm watching this back now. I don't understand why he's done it. Literally, Hakeem Anderson has tapped him on the shoulder, shouted him, and Darwin Núñez. When I say he's turned around, he's properly headbutted him. But there's a little bit of coming to header. Darwin Núñez little lunges into him slightly, and then a little bit later, he properly headbutts Hakeem Anderson there. But Liverpool now down to 10 men. The game is in Palace's hands now. The game is in Palace's hands. Liverpool couldn't score with 11 men. So if football worked simply now, there'll be no chance. But football doesn't work like that. So there's absolutely no chance. We're going to have to wait and see if anything else can happen with this. But I think Liverpool have been poor tonight. Really poor. And Darwin Núñez has to really look at himself because I think he's let his side down. But he's not happy. He's dropped off the pitch and he was still calling and shouting at the players anyway. He was still losing it. He was still shouting. Joaquin Anderson's got a yellow card there, but he'll take those every day. Let's be honest. He won't care. Let's be honest, will he? I can only see this as a draw now. It'd be a big comeback if they could. And there's some players warming up now on the side. A lot of players that are taking tape off. If I'm honest, that looked like Shimikas there. It looked like Shimikas was getting up off the bench. I can't decide if it was. We'll have to see in a second. But yeah. But what we spoke about there, Joaquin Anderson's done what a defence should do. They should wind up strikers. I know we chat about how it was poor from him in the first place. He probably shouldn't have shoved him, but there was no need for Darwin Núñez to react like that. That's such an overreaction there. No need to plant your head into another player like that. Absolutely no need. But Crystal Palace game now 1-0 still, 60th minute we're in, and Liverpool haven't really looked like they're going to create anything. Haven't really done much. But as it stands, as I said, 1-0. If you haven't already, guys, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. This has been a really good fun stream. I've really enjoyed doing this. If you can, guys, please ping it over to your friends. Get everyone to get in this stream because this has been an absolute cracker. Loads happening. Really spicy game. Really tasty. And I'm really enjoying this. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm trying to work out who's coming on now. We've just seen a couple of... Nat Phillips just looks so lethargic. So off it. And you've seen a few times now. It's like Virgil van Dijk doesn't want to pass it to him. But I wouldn't with the way he's been playing. He's been off it entirely. And ball over the top now to Luis Diaz. He gets it. He just about keeps it in. But Nathaniel Klein has had him in his pocket. Nathaniel Klein, when he goes home so far, if he empties his wallet and his pockets and his wallet will be there and Luis Diaz will be there as well. Luis Diaz, but he might do something here. Luis Diaz, he's gone on a bit of a run here. Can he score after what I've just said? What a goal! Oh, that's brilliant. That is hilarious. Luis Diaz has scored an absolute screamer. 1-1. What did I just say? I told you I should just be quiet, shouldn't I? That's hilarious. I will hold that L firmly. Luis Diaz has scored an absolute screamer there. What a goal. I will hold that and I will accept I was wrong there. That's hilarious. 1-1 Liverpool there. So Luis Diaz, assist from Milner. Luis Diaz goes around about 3 or 4 players, comes across, fakes to shoot and shoots, and it's a great finish. What a goal. That is hilarious, isn't it? What a goal. That is just my luck, isn't it? As soon as I say that Luis Diaz has done absolutely nothing, I've said he's been in the pocket of Nathaniel Klein the entire time, and then he does that. It's what happens. It's my fault. I shouldn't speak, should I? What a goal. What a finish. It looks like Shimikas, Henderson, and I can't see who else that is on the sideline. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to see in a second, but the difference now, all of a sudden, Liverpool are coming out fighting. The energy's back. They're all coming out. You can see they're ready. I'm looking now. Here we go. That's hilarious, isn't it, Toby? That is funny, isn't it? What I've just said. That's my fault for talking about the way I did about Luis Diaz. That is hilarious, isn't it? That is so funny. But that's what I spoke about. I spoke about it before, and I'll say it again. When you've got world-class players like they do, they can create chances like that. They have to create chances like they do. They need to. They can create big moments, and that's the thing. And I question Luis Diaz, and I still don't think he's as good as other players, but it is quite funny, isn't it? It's just my luck. As soon as I say Nathaniel, literally within a second of me saying that about Nathaniel Klein, that is so funny. It's my luck. And I shouldn't speak, should I? But Jordan Henderson for James Milner, Joe Gomez has been brought on, and Edouard has come on as well. There we go. So who else is coming on? Edouard, I think, is coming on. Looks like Edouard's come on. So Robertson for Shimicas, Milner for Henderson for Milner, Gomez for Phillips. Phillips had to go off. Phillips just really struggled in that game. Really struggled. Edouard has come on now for Jordan Ayew, maybe to just add a little bit of extra pace when they're on the counter, add something different, maybe a clinical player, because we all know Edouard is a great player. But I think Tyreek Mitchell's had a good game as well. But what does everyone think is going to happen now? Oh, a great touch. Luis Diaz got the ball again now. He's lying down now on the. I don't know what just happened then. I don't know what's just happened. The atmosphere's picked up. Liverpool are attacking now with a lot more grit, a lot more determination. The players are pulled together. Darwin Núñez, though, has got a lot of questions to answer for. He's got to apologise to a lot of people because really he's let down his side here. It's really poor from him. Absolutely no need to do something as silly as that. But good game. Still a good game. And after this game, by the way, to everyone who's in here, I will be doing, as I always do, a match reaction. I'll do a little bit of a 10-minute analysis of the game. So I'd love to see you all straight after. It usually comes out about 20 minutes after the game for all of you to go straight into the comments. Yeah, so just go in the comments after. Tell me that you came from the live and let me know your thoughts. Finley is probably... Finley, are you still in here? Finley, let me know if you're still in here. I'd love to have a chat with you about what I said, because it is quite funny. We all can joke about it, can't we? Finn says, Kieran, if you're here, would you say Everton relegation fight? But it is funny. It is funny. I do enjoy those kind of moments when I say stuff like I do. Luis Diaz is like a changed man now. He's a beast all of a sudden. He's been playing so much better. I'm just doing some editing and I'm still here. I didn't know if you were editing my clip. I didn't know if people have clipped me up, because that was just hilarious, that timing. It was literally Luis Diaz turned as I said what I said. Luis Diaz literally turned Klein and scored. It couldn't have been any better, as in comedic timing, could it? And let's have a look at this foul now. Shimicas has gone down there. A little bit soft for me, but the foul has been given. It's 1-1. 65 minutes have been played. 25 minutes left. I'm absolutely buzzing for this. Really, really an absolute cracker of a game, let's be honest. Everyone who's been in here, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. It's been a great live. I really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed it. But Liverpool now have a free kick. It'd be a real shame if Palace can't get anything from this. I'm just doing some editing for my local side. Oh, that's class from you. I rate that from you. Trent stands over this free kick currently. What is he going to do with this? No, Shimicas whips the ball in and no one's there. Absolutely no one's there. A great cross, though. There was no one there, though. I was shocked that no one really went towards the back post. Weird. But as I said, he's still 1-1. And more importantly, can every single person in this live stream that is here, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. We're currently on 2,602 subscribers. It'd be great to see if we could get some more of you in here. We'd love to hear your thoughts. I always do. And I always react to everyone's comments. So I always like listening to your thoughts, because sometimes you like open my eyes up to change my opinion on things, because I know sometimes everyone sees football with a slight bias. When Liverpool go to 1-0 down, the mentality slows when the equaliser comes steaming. Yeah. Finley, are we all friends again now after my comments about Luis Diaz? Because we can joke, can't we? It is funny. Hopefully you see the funny side of it as well. I still think, as much as it's been great for Liverpool, I'd still be a little bit worried about Darwin Núñez. Really poor from him, let's be honest. You'd expect a lot more composure from a player like him with a price tag. Edouard gets the ball out now to Nathaniel Klein. He's really trying to get some, whips the ball in. Oh, just behind Zaha. Nearly a great cross there. Nearly a great cross. Joel Ward, I think, has had a really good game, actually. I think he's had a really good game. But Palace now on the attack, and even though Palace have got more players on the pitch, it still seems like there's like 10 times the amount of Liverpool players. It's because Palace aren't throwing too many men forward. Edouard now trying to stand up, puts an awful cross in. Doesn't beat his first man. Joel Ward now is about to get yellow carded. Fouls Luis Diaz, goes straight through the back of him. But I still think Joel Ward has had a good game, to be honest. Let's have a look at it back. Yeah, he just goes straight through the back of him, doesn't he? Joel Ward, his first yellow card of the season. He's converted into a bit of a centre-back in this game. He's playing in a back three or a back five, however you want to describe it. Liverpool have gone 1-0 down in the last 6 consecutive Premier League games. I didn't know that. That's mad, that is. Is that true? If that's true, then that's crazy. Oh, jeez. They're booing Hakeem Anderson. I don't understand why. I know, obviously, you can't say he got Darwin Núñez sent off. Darwin Núñez got himself sent off. But as a grown adult and a player, you should be able to... Oh, my word. Eberechi Eze, by the way, has had Trent Alexander-Arnold on toast this game. And he's gone through Fabinho so many times as well. I think he did a little bit too much there, Eberechi Eze. He beat 2 or 3 men, but he was too obsessed about beating that third man, putting it back through his legs. You don't need to do stuff like that. But, poor cross there. Poor cross. It was a really poor cross. The thing is, Liverpool have somehow created all these overloads and things with one less man, but they're just struggling to create big chances, because that Luis Diaz goal wasn't a chance created by the side. That was a moment of brilliance created by himself. That's what that was. Let's have a look. Can something come from this? Palace now back on the attack. Oh, Joe Gomez has done so much better with Zaha. I think I still can't understand why Klopp didn't start Joe Gomez, if I'm honest. Watching this, you've just seen Joe Gomez is quite clearly clear of Nat Phillips. I think personally I would be clear, and that's harsh, that is. I like Nat Phillips. He's a good player. He was great at Bournemouth last season, really big. Well, Sam, I'm going to go for now. All the best. Take care. Speak soon. Take care, everyone in the chat. Pure Loyalist, everyone shout to give him a little thumbs up, say goodbye. Always in the live streams. I really appreciate it, mate. It's good to see you back in here. And potentially, I doubt I'm going to try. I've got football training. I don't think I'll be able to get back for the Rangers game tomorrow. I might try and catch the second half and give my thoughts on the game after. But hopefully, I'll get back in time for it. If I can make the second half, then that's still pretty good. I'll still be happy with that. But no, there's currently 20 minutes left. It's currently 1-1 Crystal Palace. Oh, Trent goes clean through. Trent. Oh, no. Trent fell over as he shot. Wow. Trent is a player you'd always expect to have composure. A really nice flick. He would have been offside anyway, but nice little flick from Salah. And as Trent goes to shoot, he falls over, and that is so high and wide. That is crazy. That is crazy. What's everyone's predictions for the last 20 minutes of the game? And whilst you're doing that, please, everyone in here, if you haven't already, please do like the stream. It helps more than you can imagine. And subscribe as well. Get your friends to subscribe. If your family have got accounts, if your nan, your dog, make an account for everyone. Subscribe. Get as many people as we can on this page, because we're trying to grow it. As I always say, we're trying to get this account to go full time. I think we can get there. We're slowly building something, but over time we'll get there. But appreciate everyone who's been in this live stream. It's been a really good live, to be honest. I've really enjoyed this. Lots of banter, lots of chatting. Let's pretend I never said anything about Luis Diaz, because he's about to go clean through again. A great touch, but couldn't keep on it. But we'll just pretend I never said anything about him, shall we? Is that fair? Yeah. We'll just brush it under the carpet. I mean, not blow it under the carpet. We'll brush it under the carpet, and we'll just do it. Is that fair? Can we all agree? I said nothing. Yeah? Let's do that. It's best for everyone, isn't it? It couldn't be any worse, the timing, let's be honest. But we are currently still going, and 18 minutes left, and all you've got to say is, for all that Liverpool have been good since they've gone 10 men, they've gone down to 10 men. Why weren't they like this when they had 11 men? This is what I don't get. I understand things change, but why? Where was the determination? Where was the drive when they had 10 men? I just don't get it. I never get how a side can turn it on so fast and so easy, like a flick of a switch. Where was this at the start? You've got to question. I know we speak about mentality and how great they were. And it shows great mentality when they went down to 10 men to do that. But why couldn't they do that with 11 men? I don't get it. You think I should keep my mouth shut and not talk about a player? Probably best, actually, the way that the timing was comical. I don't think it could have been any better. And I really hope there are no clips, because I can imagine someone's going to edit one of me talking about it and then he does what he does. I can just tell. And hopefully I don't see them. Don't tag me in them. If you do it, just don't tag me in it, because I'm going to I might have to go into hiding after this. But if you haven't already, guys, I've got a new TikTok account as well. I'll plug that whilst I'm here. Book Out Sam Clips. If you watch that, it's all my opinions. It's clips from my YouTube channel, a load of debates and things. Go check it out if you haven't already. Check out the podcast. Check out my main page. You know what to do, guys. You know what to do. But Joe Gomez, I think, has been really good since he's come on. Wilfried Zaha hasn't had a sniff. The pairing of Joe Gomez and Van Dijk throws back to 2019 times when Liverpool were a force to be reckoned with. Joe Gomez and Van Dijk were just unstoppable. And they look at now, Joe Gomez. I think a lot of it is because obviously Joe Gomez is a lot more athletic compared to Nat Phillips. Against Zaha, you need to be. You need to be strong. You need to be fast. You need to be able to chase down the line. You need to be agile to deal with everything. And you could see Nat Phillips just wasn't up to it. He wasn't up to it today. He really struggled. Whereas Joe Gomez has come on and Zaha hasn't done anything yet. I haven't seen Zaha do anything whatsoever. And one player I want to discuss and say had a great game is Tyreek Mitchell. Tyreek Mitchell has dealt so well with Salah. Yes, Salah will still have moments. Salah's still a great player, but he's been doing so well to keep up with him the entire game, blocking him, tackling him. As it stands, he's probably my man of the match. As well as Zaha, though, has been great. Shimikas whips the ball in, and it is cleared now, cleared away. Zaha turns. Ooh, Luis Diaz, got to be careful. Luis Diaz, great tackle there. A great tackle from Luis Diaz. He's now just changed. It's like he heard me. I think Luis Diaz heard me. Would you agree? But Henderson as well. Henderson's changed the game since he's been on. They look so much better when they made the changes because, yes, this is the great thing about 5 changes, but I think it shows you that the depth isn't there when you look at this Liverpool squad, because Milner wasn't great. I don't think Harvey Elliott's had a great game either. I know a lot of people probably will get on to me, and I think a lot of people say he's had a good game. I personally don't think he's done anything of substance yet. I think it's a bit early to say it'd be a good draw for Palace, but if as things stand, I think it'd be a good result for Palace. Yes, I think Palace potentially could have done more. They've created a few good chances. Eberechi a couple of, there we go. He's turned again. 2 players. He's so good. My worry is with Eberechi. He's done it again there. He sometimes does a little bit too much. Like he'll beat a man and then he'll want to beat another man. It gets a bit too excited. A couple of times his decision making's not quite been there. So I think he just needs to just slow down a bit and sometimes give it to the other players. Like you've got flair players like Zaha. Move it on to players like him who can move the ball around and do the exact same as what we've discussed. But I just can't get my head around this formation. I still don't understand the tactics and what Liverpool are actually trying to do. I'm looking. Trent's playing in the centre as it stands. It just seems very disjointed. This entire team does, in my opinion. You may not be able to. People might be able to explain to me: is this normally what they do? Trent's playing very central. They've got no striker though. That's the thing. Obviously, since Darwin Núñez has gone off, it's been a bit mental, hasn't it, formation wise? But I think Liverpool fans will be quite annoyed at Darwin Núñez because that headbutt was just stupid, wasn't it? We can all say it, can't we? It was just silly. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand. He didn't need to do it. He didn't have to do it. I still don't know why he did it. But it's just a bit all over the place this side at the moment. But you cannot complain because since they've gone down to 10 men, yes, Liverpool have scored. It is currently 1-1. Just under 15 minutes left. When it's about 12 and a half, 13, and then we'll have added time. But if you haven't already, guys, as I said before, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. But Palace now on the attack. Whip the ball in by Tyreek Mitchell, and it's cleared away by Virgil van Dijk. Zaha slipped, and Edouard now has the ball. Eze, what's he going to do here? Eze gives it back out to Decore. Decore whips in a great ball. Zaha! Zaha should have scored. Zaha should have scored. An absolute wonder cross put in by Decore. Zaha at the back post there has got to tap. Is it offside? Let's watch it back. Oh, he's got to go with his left foot. He's got 2 feet. Use your left foot. You're a professional footballer. If he taps that in with his left foot there, it's a goal. He's gone with the outside of his right boot and it's gone and fizzed off wide. Simply, if he used the left hand, literally the left foot. I don't get it with professional footballers when they can't use both feet. Palace should be 2-1 up. Zaha has missed a huge chance there. Yes, he did so great to get that first goal, but Zaha should have scored there. Really should have. A simple chance, really, at the end of the day. Wow, Liverpool are lucky. I know we can say they're lucky, and we can discuss about whether what's been going on, but Palace have still created chances. Eze is a great player, by the way. I do really like him, but I just think his decision making still not quite there. But I think it will come over time. But he's had a great game. I think Decore's looked good in that middle. I think Tyreek Mitchell has had an absolute masterclass. But one player I'm now really excited to see is Fabio Carvalho coming on now. The attacking midfielder. He's coming on for Harvey Elliott, a player I saw a lot of Fulham last year. I spoke about him. I did a video on him. I said he needs to go to a higher level. Didn't expect him to get a move like he has done because it's a big move. 3 changes anyway. Richardson, Milivojevic, and Will Hughes have all come on. So it's going to be... And then Harvey Elliott for Fabio Carvalho, as I said. It's interesting. Last 10 minutes now, 1-1. Liverpool, for all that they're creating a lot of chances there, they just literally seem so vulnerable with simple attacks. That was literally slow build-up, with the ball in by Decore. Zaha unmarked at the back post from 2 yards out. Zaha, I still don't think he's a striker. I still think he plays better as a second striker, in my opinion, when he's got a bigger lad up there with him. And if you had a clinical striker, an actual striker, a number 9, they would have scored there. Ooh. Gueye, I think, has had a really good game as well. Nathaniel Klein has played well. A lot of players in this Liverpool side that I think have had a really good performance. Sorry, in this Palace side that have played really well. But to only be... As it stands, obviously there could be another goal because I'm going to be careful what I say again. As it stands, to only concede 1 goal against the Liverpool side at Anfield is a great performance, and your entire defence and goalkeeper has to have been on top form. But I don't actually think keepers really had to do much save-wise or anything. But here we go, Zaha and Edouard now have got the ball, and that's what I spoke about earlier from Joe Gomez. Oh, Salah gets the ball now. Salah goes to shoot. No, he puts it outside to Shimikas. Shimikas gets the ball now. Where is he going? Shimikas has just completely lost all momentum with the attack. That was dreadful. I don't know what on earth he was doing there, but a great pass from... Oh, I'm sorry. It's all over the place. It's like pinball in this box at the moment. Henderson now on the ball, and he goes back home now. And Zaha there struggled there. He kind of faced up to Joe Gomez, and if he'd have been a bit more direct... But that's the thing. That's Joe Gomez's presence. Because Joe Gomez, a couple of times now, every time Zaha's gone near him, he can't get anywhere near. Anyway, big chance now. Jeffrey Schlupp puts it over to Edouard. Edouard is driving. He's currently 3v4. Edouard drives with the ball, passes it short to Zaha. Zaha takes a touch. He should have shot first time. Been pulled back across. He's got to take that first time. Will Hughes anyway now. A player I absolutely love, by the way. Gets the ball and loses it. But Liverpool still looks so shaky. Really shaky. But the ball was there, pulled back, and Zaha's tried to take a touch. If they'd have shot first time there, I honestly think there could have been a goal there. Honestly, Zaha could have had a hat-trick by now. He probably should have had a hat-trick. And that's where I did question the vulnerability of this Liverpool side. It's not a side of old. But by the way, thank you to the 2 new people who have subscribed. If you haven't already, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. There is only 10 minutes to go. So everyone, if you haven't already, just do it now whilst you can, because I'll be doing a match reaction after this, a bit of analysis. So I'd love to see you all in the comments after. It will go out at about probably just after around 10:30, most likely, when it goes out. I'll do probably around a 10-minute analysis of the game, my thoughts, discussing all the players, my man of the match, my overall overriding thoughts. It'd be good to see your thoughts in that comment section below as well. So hopefully you'll see that after. But it's still 1-1, 82 minutes played. This has been a cracker of a game. A really good game. Fabio Carvalho there has just gone down under Milivojevic tackle. Milivojevic, a player I used to really love back in the day. I forgot he still played, to be honest. I used to love him. He used to take penalties. He used to be like a little fantasy football gem because he used to score so many penalties. But a free kick now, probably about 30 yards, I'd say, maybe 30 yards, around 30 yards out here, out wide. Can they do anything now? The ball is whipped in, and no, it's cleared straight away. Cleared straight away. But Joe Gomez there gets the ball, tries to shift it about. But then this is what I spoke about earlier about Palace getting so many men behind the ball. It's so difficult to break down a side when you've got 15 players behind the ball. By the way, everyone, let us know. Does anyone think there's going to be any goals? Let me know in the comments. Type now what you think your final score will be, because we're the 83rd minute and it's currently Liverpool creating the chances. But Palace as well on the counter are creating a lot of troubles for this side. Anyway, the ball's gone up now. Joe Gomez and Zaha have been having a great game between the two of them. Since he's come on, Joe Gomez has had Zaha in his pocket. But you know what that means. If I say somebody's in their pocket, they're going to score. But no, let me know, guys, in the comment section below. Who do you think will score? What do you think the full-time score will be? Because it'd be good to hear from you, because I haven't seen anyone in the comments for a while yet. Q Ball says 2-1 Palace. That's what you want, isn't it? I also want Palace to score, just because I think it'll add a bit of spice, won't it? It will create a different narrative in the media, because currently, as it stands, then Man United will be on 1 point, and Liverpool will be on 1 point, and Man United will be on 0 points, which is mental. That's if Palace won, by the way. But as it stands, obviously, Liverpool on 2, Man United on 0, which is crazy to think, isn't it? Liverpool and Man United, between the two of them, in the first 2 games, neither of them can record a win. Wow. It's mental. Absolutely mental. But I'm all for it. It just spices up the Premier League, doesn't it? Adds a little bit more pressure. People start be questioning Klopp, because at the moment it's just Ten Hag people are questioning, or Lampard. People were questioning Gerrard before, but it's more so pressure on Lampard. And a poor cross from Tsimikas. I think he's been quite poor since he's come on. His crossing's just simply not there, I don't think. A couple of times now where he's really overhit his crosses, and they've all gone out for goal kicks. But as I said already, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button and do subscribe if we can. Yes, 2,605. Somebody else has subscribed. We love that from you. Thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it. A final little push whilst we're here. If anybody else is in the live and hasn't subscribed already, please do it. We're on that final push. But it would be I'd be very grateful if we could. Anyway, Salah gets the ball now, but he is currently offside. He was well offside. Usually you see the linesman wait, and but no, not today. But 1-1, 5 minutes to go. It is currently still 1-1. Darwin Núñez, red card for a headbutt, which is absolutely mental. I still can't get my head around that. Zaha, masterclass from a really good goal. Eberechi Eze dribbling, being absolutely on. And I think Tyreek Mitchell is a player that I really want to talk about, because I think he's kept Salah so quiet. Bear in mind, this is Salah. This is 30 goal a season. Salah has been kept so quiet by Tyreek Mitchell in that first 70 minutes. He's come off because he's probably absolutely shattered. I'd be shattered if I was trying to keep up with Salah. And not only has he had Salah, he's had Trent down that right-hand side constantly. Anyway, Luis Diaz has broken that ran that channel and won the ball there. No, he's been playing very well, actually. Since I slagged him off and since I said he wasn't good enough, he has literally made me eat humble pie. Tsimikas volleys, claim for handballs again. There can't be, surely. Oh, Salah nearly scored. What did I just say? As soon as I talk about a player, nearly scored again. But we'll have to wait and see. Literally 5 minutes left of this game of normal time. Then we've got, obviously, injury time. It currently still stands 1-1. I'm baffled. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But Salah, for his standards, I'd say he's had a poor game. And when I say a poor game, he's created a lot of chances. He's had quite a few shots, probably had 3 or 4 shots on target, but that's a poor game from him. If no return from 4 shots is a poor game from him, especially when you're playing against Guaita, who I don't think is good enough as a keeper. I really don't rate him. Richards is a player I'm really glad to see come on, because I was excited to see him play, actually. So I didn't know much about him. Obviously, they signed him from Bayern Munich, so I was excited to see what he actually looks like as a player and how he kind of stands up in the Premier League. I was excited. But Jeffrey Schlupp has played really well, actually. A kind of player, one of those players who seems to can play in absolutely every position, can't he? Like, you name a position that Schlupp hasn't played in. You can't. He plays everywhere. Another substitution now for Crystal Palace with just under 3 minutes left of the game. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see this. Here we go. Elise on for Jeffrey Schlupp. Jeffrey Schlupp, shout out to him, man. He's a great player. He can always cause problems in these kind of games. he's just a player. Honestly, I look back and I think he's played left back at Leicester. He played as a striker when they're in the Championship. He's playing as centre mid today. He must be a manager's dream because he can play everywhere. But Patrick Vieira, will he be happy with a draw? I actually think Palace fans will, after on reflection, before the game, obviously you'd have taken a draw. But I think on reflection of the game, I don't think you'll be happy. I think Palace will feel hard done by. I feel like they'll look at the chances they've created, some of the moments they've had. I think they'll be annoyed. What a silly yellow card to get as well there. I don't understand why Edwards and that. Edwards just stood over the free kick, just wouldn't move, refused to move. I don't get that. Why you just move when the ref says to move. But it has wasted a bit of time, to be fair. And Trent's put the ball down the line. Nathaniel Klein and Salah's gone into the stand because of a shoulder with Klein. Fair play to Klein. Klein's done well there. Very, very well. Nathaniel Klein, another player who's played really well. But then when you look at these kind of games, if there's not a single player in this Palace side who has had a poor game, you can't have a poor game if you're currently going into the 88th minute and it's 1-1. Not one player can be considered to be having a poor game. Joel Ward, I think, has had a really good game as well. I think he's been a bit of a bully in that back three. A player who obviously was a fullback at one point, but he has done pretty well there. But Zaha now, can he keep onto the ball? No, it keeps losing it, and that's the problem we spoke about earlier. He needs Nat Phillips back on the pitch because then he can have a bit more fun, can't he? He couldn't do it when Van Dijk and Joel Ward couldn't do it. Sorry, Joel Ward gave away a free kick there, so my brain just kind of went into mumble jumble. But Luis Diaz there causing more problems. Luis Diaz had an absolute class game since I kind of said Nathaniel Klein had him in his pocket. He's done absolutely nothing. I don't understand how that's a foul though. Luis Diaz is backed into Ward, and it's then meant. I don't get that. Makes no sense there. Makes no sense. Editing is really hard, mate. Tell me about it. I do it all the time. It takes forever. Here we go. Another free kick now in the 89th minute. Can Trent whip up a masterclass? Because I need him to, because I need some points on my fantasy football. Here we go. Trent whips the ball in towards Fabinho. Fabinho whips it. Carvalho volley there. Oh my word, that would have been an absolute screamer. I think it was a lot further wide than it looked from that angle, but nearly could have had a chance there. Fabio Carvalho. Let's watch it from behind the goal now. We can see how close it actually was. Here we go. So it goes across. Oh, do you know what? It's only probably about 3 or 4 yards wide. There we go. The full 90 are up, but there are 5 minutes added time. 5 minutes added time, guys. And in that time, can we see if we can get some more subscribers? If you've just come in, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. It helps more than you can imagine. We've got 5 more minutes left of this game. And Gaeta has just been yellow carded. And if that isn't a sign to subscribe, I don't know what is. Click the like, subscribe, do it this very second. It helps more than you can imagine. As I've said before, 1-1. This is an absolutely huge result for the top of the table. Could this be? And I know people will come on to me and say it's early to say it, but could it be argued this could be Liverpool giving up their chase for the title? Could it? I didn't say it is. I'm asking you lot. Let me know in the comments. Is this Liverpool giving up their title chase? The fact that they've dropped so many points so early on in games that really are winnable. No disrespect to Palace, because Palace have put on an absolute great performance. By the way, thank you to the other subscriber, 2,606 subscribers now. Thank you. Can we get to 2,610 in the next 4 minutes? I doubt it, but we might as well try it. If we can, that'll be absolutely brilliant. Joaquin Anderson as well has been absolutely class. Edouard has not done much since he's come on, in my opinion. I think he's had, I wouldn't say a poor game. He's just not really created much, not really offered much going forward. The best thing he's probably done is, let's be honest, the only thing he's done is cause the yellow card for himself. That's literally it. But Fabinho's had a good game as well. You always know you're going to get a good performance from him. But he whips it out now to Shimikas down that left-hand side. Can he do anything? Shimikas has been poor, I think, since he's come on. I think I don't understand why Robertson was taken off. I don't know whether it's because Shimikas is more of an offensive fullback, maybe. That might be why. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to wait and see. A foul there against Fabio Carvalho. Against Elise. A yellow card for Fabio Carvalho. Yellow cards and red. So we've had a red card. We've had 3 or 4 yellow cards. It's been a feisty game. This game has had everything we would want. And it's had 2 goals. And you know, with my live stream, look, we'd never usually get goals. So I'm buzzing for that. The fact we've had that. But it's been a great live stream. There's only 3 minutes left of this game. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been in this live stream. It's very much appreciated. We've grown. It's been a good game. I've eaten a lot of humble pie, and I mean a lot of it, and it's really tasty actually. And I apologise for what I said about Luis Diaz because it literally haunted me within 20 seconds of saying it. But that is the wonderful part about football. Whether I was at the pub, wherever I was, if I'd said that, I would have eaten humble pie. And I've said it on the podcast many times. I'll happily eat humble pie because I still don't think he's on the level of Kulusevski. I still think he's a good player. But Elise now, great little run there. Turned his man. Oh, see, it's the same thing again with Elise. It's similar to Eze. It's the decision making in the final third. He's turned his man and a simple cross back then, and they could have created something. But he has to take on his man again. That's something that Palace, these players are signing, all these flair player wingers. They've got to get into them and try and teach them. But decision making is a difficult thing to teach. A couple of times they've just really struggled to make that final decision. But there you go. Elise, there we go. He's listened to me. He heard what I said, and he's just won his side a corner in the 93rd and a half minute. A minute and a half left. All the players going forward. And I don't know if people have seen it, but if you've seen my latest TikTok, what you'd see on my latest TikTok, I keep one up for a corner, so they don't want to do that because you can see it from them. But anyway, Elise whips the ball in. Can something come from it? Oh! Nearly big chance there from Anderson. He just put it wide. 4 points above the average for the FPL this week. I don't know how many points I've got. I'll have to wait and see after. Will Hughes, by the way. I love that man. I love him. I love that man. He does make me laugh. He's a funny guy. He's absolutely blasted the ball into the crowd, and he's just upset a lot of fans there. A lot of fans saying some nasty things to him, I'd say, but we're not obviously going to repeat them on this page. I have to explain everything about the team we play unless to talk about the star players. Yeah, I get it. I get you. It's a lot of editing, mate, but I promise you, in the long run, you volunteering and doing this stuff for your local team helps them so much, and it will help you in the future because you'll beat anyone if you want to do that in the future. The experience you're gaining from those kind of things helps so much. I think a fan has just run on the pitch, by the way. I'm pretty sure a fan has just run on the pitch because the game has just stopped randomly. I presume so. You always presume so when the play stops. Not sure. They never zoom in. I really wish they'd zoom in because it just adds something, wouldn't it? It'd be funny, wouldn't it? You guys know what I mean. Anyway, ball being whipped in now. It's a bit of a flat cross there. And Elise gives it away. Luis Diaz wins the ball back, but Luis Diaz really, really silly back heel then. And Elise tried to beat Luis Diaz there, but Luis Diaz wins the ball back. Literally the last 30 seconds left of this game. I'm saying this is the last attack now. For Liverpool, the ball goes long. Joaquin Anderson heads it out towards Nathaniel Klein. This is literally the last moment, I think, guys. The last kick of the game. If you haven't already, guys, please, every single person in here, smash the like button and do subscribe. It'd be great if we could get some more in here. It honestly helps more than you can imagine. And I will be doing a match reaction straight after this. I'll be recording it, and it probably will be going live probably in the next 20 minutes to half an hour. You'll see a video of me doing a bit of tactical analysis, my entire reaction and thoughts to this. As it stands, it looks like it's going to be 1-1. We'll talk about Darwin Núñez, red card. We'll talk about everything in this game. Hopefully you've enjoyed the live. I really hope you do because I've really enjoyed this one today. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you, everyone who has come into the live. I appreciate you all. And hopefully you will all watch my reaction. And we've got more live streams coming. I'm going to be doing one on Sunday, Man City versus Newcastle. I'm doing one next Monday. I'm going to be doing Liverpool versus Man United. But as I said, thank you for watching it. This is the final moment. Referee blows his whistle. That is full time. Liverpool slip up 1-1. Liverpool now on 2 points for the start of the season. Crystal Palace fans, are you happy? That is the question. Yes, you got a draw, but really, I feel like you should have done more. But thank you for watching. Hopefully, you've enjoyed this live. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Please do smash the like button, do subscribe, and I will see you soon, everyone. Bucket Sam, over and out. Thank you, everyone.